hates Harriet.
I almost pushed the button to automatically start streaming it on Twitch instead. We're not doing that. Okay, so we've spent several sessions deep inside the pyramid. You actually spent your first part of the bulk of the day preparing, and then you travelled throughout the day and held outside the pyramid until it was late. You snuck into the pyramid when it was dark and have spent all night searching the catacombs, trying to find Datura. There were winding passages everywhere. You're well aware that you did not cover every possible avenue. There was a tough fight, I think we'll all agree, that you had to deal with, as well as several other challenging situations. You lost some people. Successfully, you believe, defeated your Goliath vampire, and at least held at bay the white woman. Having taken a few moments to gather your thoughts, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, using Dramos' abilities, you have decided to teleport yourself back to the circle in the Temple of Imogen. Is that correct? Okay. Yes. So, as far as I'm concerned, then the bulk of the party, with the exception of Reinhold, who's coming into this fresh as a daisy, you have gone all day and then fought all night. Just had a kicker of a fight. You'll have a level of exhaustion, and we're going to start off as you bamf into the Temple of Imogen. Dramos, is there any particular way you want to handle this? The teleportation is your thing. How do you want to handle the transport? Anything particularly you want to say about it?
Just quickly read the spell. So I'll draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground, inscribed with sigils that link the location to a permanent teleportation circle of my choice. A shimmering portal opens with the circle I drew and remains open until the end of my next turn. Any creature that enters the portal instantly appears within 5 foot of the destination circle. So I imagine it's quite a shadowy, purpley colour portal that opens.
Okay.
Kind of a bit like a little arch, Gothic arch sort of thing.
Okay, a Gothic arch. Okay.
We all run into our doom.
And you go through one at a time, right?
Well, it's a 10-foot diameter circle, so yeah, we're going one at a time quite quickly.
Who has Datura?
I'll carry the body.
Okay. All right.
And I cast Gentle Repose on her just at the end of the last session.
Okay, yep. I believe I have that on my notes. Okay.
Can I go through towards the end? I want to make sure other people can get through first.
No. All right. Who goes through first?
I will push Gartok forward.
Yeah, as long as Dramos said it was safe, I would have just, as soon as it opened, I would have just ran through. Not at a full sprint, but just a gentle kind of jog through, carrying the Datura.
All right.
We'll take you to the Temple of Imogen, Gartok.
Okay.
Till
No.
will probably go next. And then I'll follow after Till.
Okay. There's a brief pulling sensation as you step into Dramos's Gothic decoration. As if an invisible hand grabs you and stretches you, and it lasts but a second. You feel your body hit by a hard blast of air as you appear in the small room in the Temple of Imogen. A circle beneath your feet. You move quickly out the way, thinking that the others will be behind you, and one after the other You appear there. Rastvyn. Everybody moves through. You find yourself the last person.
I'll step through.
Take one last
Towards
look.
it in 6 seconds, I think. Just like.
Yeah. Take one last look round the dark interior of the pyramid. And you step through. As the last of you appears in this room, Ingaro rushes into the room. Look of relief is on his face as he sees who has activated the circle.
Apologies. We needed to make a quick return.
As I have said, the circle of my temple is completely at your disposal, and this, looking towards Datura's body. Datura.
That's correct.
What is her body, but not her soul?
It is not my place to... Forgive me. And he turns and walks from the room.
Could he have helped us?
I'm not sure. We can find out, but I don't think he does have that ability. It might be beneficial to know. Sorry. You go, Maolmuire. I can see you dying to say something.
It seems clear to me there is only one temple that can help Datura now. Her own temple. Temple of Gar. That's where her soul must be. If anywhere.
Maolmuire, do you believe that Datura's soul currently resides with Gar?
If during our adventure in the plain of Anglan, if the voice that spoke to me was who I believe it to be, then yes, her soul has passed over. Whether he will allow one to come back is another matter.
Yes, I've heard much discussion on this matter before. I know that Verticus was a firm believer that resurrection was a rightful returning of the soul from Gar, who released the soul back to Temperate, the land. But many Gar worshippers believe that it is sacrilege to attempt a resurrection. What's your view, Maolmuire?
I do not take a view myself. I have seen life return to ones I have thought have been dead. Through my own hands, this work has been done, and only Gar can make these decisions.
If that is if that is your belief, then take Datura's body to the Temple of the People and meet me there within the shrine of Darius. I need to go and fetch some items, but I shall attempt to revive her if it is Gar's work. With
Very
that,
well.
I'll walk out of the temple.
Take her back to the Temple of the People. I'm sure everything's a complete chaos there.
Can I have a look at Datura's body to see if it's returned to what we see as normal, or whether she still has the same features, or still looks as bad as she did, apart from being dead, of course.
She looks pale. There are black veins spanning from her lower face down her neck. With your thumb, you lift her lip and see the elongated incisors. There's blood in her mouth and all around her gums.
I'll head to Zedifor's.
You're going to Zedivor's?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Corym to Zedivor's. The rest of you taking Datura to the Temple of the People, or are there separate plans?
Temple of the People.
Temple of the People, then I'm going to sit down and try and scry the vampire we think we've killed.
Okay.
I will head to the Temple of Gar.
Oh no.
I'll ask for a quiet area in the Temple of the People, actually, a meeting room, something to use. And maybe if someone comes with me, I'll be distracted whilst I'm scrying.
Okay.
I'd lead you to one of the guest rooms, which is empty.
Yeah,
Then you can have some comfort, Rastvyn.
Right.
Thank you.
but there's a small charge.
500 gold.
There's an entry fee now.
Okay. So, splitting up and making your way to separate parts of town. First of all, we'll deal with Corym as he enters Zedivor's to be the first of what is sure to be 3 hours of shopping.
Nah.
Especially now that there's a pancake stall in town. That was all Archie's fault.
Sorry, we're going on Thursday.
Forget Laurie. Pancakes.
All right. So, Corym, as you approach Zedivor, you see there's a large wagon out the front. A canvas has been thrown over the back of the wagon, and a horse is set at it. Zedivor is outside talking to a couple of other people who are dealing with the wagon. So you see him outside the store before you enter.
Oh, Zedifor. Is it a delivery, is it?
Not quite, my friend. This, sir, is something of a surprise for the short, for shall we say, for entertainment purposes.
Oh.
And little something special I have arranged to put the more aggressive members of our entertainment community into check.
Indeed. I am intrigued. What is it that lies under that tarpaulin?
No. It is something of a... It has had one outing so far, but it really needs to be seen by the general public before I can show it to close friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here on some fairly urgent business.
Then step inside my store, sir. You, too. Take the wagon and make sure no one interferes with it. The two men finish tucking in the tarp and lead the wagon off through the streets. Zedivor leads you inside, gets behind his counter. So, sir, what is it that I can do for you?
I'm after a diamond.
When, sir, are you not after a diamond? One would think that you were proposing to every woman in town if you were not such an illustrious saver of lives that you are.
Yes, indeed. It would seem that a comrade of mine may require this small favour from myself. I'll reach into my backpack and shall pull out a diamond and place it in front of him. What could you exchange for this? Now, the diamond is worth 5,000 gold pieces that I've just stuck in front of him. I require at least one diamond that's worth 1/10 of this one, and then I will take as many as possible that are adequate for the casting of my spells for reviving those recently deceased.
This is a sizable item, sir, and might I like to. I do not have so many diamonds available. I could grant you your lower value diamond now and a 2 perhaps lower value diamonds, and then offer you credit towards future diamond acquisition.
I would. I'm sure that I will be back. I have a burning need for incense as well.
Just inhale deeply, sir.
I just, well, I'm sure you're more than well aware that I have spent more than my fair share in this establishment of the required incense. But yes, I would happily take a, shall we call it a down payment for the initial few diamonds, and then if you can make the payment in full in incense, then that would be acceptable to me.
Incense, sir, I have in abundance. One moment. He moves a tray aside with some... he's got a pyramid of ball bearings, large ball bearings on this tray. He moves it to the side, out of the way, and produces several boxes of incense. With, is there any particular odour you wish, sir, or just... something suitable for the dark deeds you're about to perform?
They are not dark deeds, merely...
If you wish a diamond 1/10 of the value of 5,000, some would argue what you're about to attempt is dark indeed. But I think that is splendid. You'll get no such judgment from me.
Just make sure that it is worth at least 1/10 of the value.
It most certainly will be, sir. You can assure me what you are about to do is bending the course of nature, and is that not what spellcasters do?
It is when required, yes.
Yes, when required, sir. Now let me see what I have. Conveniently, I do tend to have the diamonds prepared in suitable casting denomination rather than for decorative purposes, so I can offer you an exact 500. And as I say, 2 300s.
Do you have any more of the 500?
I have one more 500.
I would happily take all the diamonds you have that are of sufficient worth.
Well, I can offer you the 2 500s then, and 2 300s, which will be all my diamond store until I've been to work on this beautiful specimen of yours.
That would be more than sufficient.
And the remainder in incense?
That would be acceptable.
Very good, sir. I wish you good fortune.
It is not my fortune that is at stake.
Of course. Plus, we make our own luck, do we not?
Some of us are luckier than others.
Yes, yes. Well, if that is all, I have to arrange to have some work done. But should you need me, Xenophore is always available for you. I have some, as I say, entertainment business, so I will be closing the store tomorrow afternoon and the afternoon after that. But otherwise, I will be here as always.
I will no doubt see you soon in the future. And thank you for this.
Very good, sir. Good day to you. And with that, Corym is done.
Yes, indeed. I'll make my way to the temple.
Okay. Maolmuire, you make your way to the Temple of Gar. Cross the threshold.
Yeah.
A familiar sight greets you of a priest tending to a couple who seem to be in some distress.
They always are. Is it Mechlin?
It is Mechlin. He talks to them quietly. The woman is crying. The man with his arm around her. Mechlin speaks again, but you can't catch what he says. The woman's sobs only seem to get worse.
I will walk slowly and conscientiously to a conspicuous place where Mechlin can see me and sit down and wait.
After a few moments, Mechlin notices your appearance and gestures for the couple to go and sit in a quiet corner of the temple. Incense burns in that corner from a censer that's positioned there. Mechlin makes his way over to you. A dark morning, Maolmuire. What
Dark
can
indeed.
we do for you?
And I am very, very tired for the day. Okay, sorry.
You look tired. Are you sure you are well?
Indeed. God guides me and lifts me when I am down.
Perhaps I could offer you some examination? Make sure everything is as it should be.
That won't be necessary. And it will be a long time before I get further rest, as I have many important tasks today. One of the utmost important.
There will be ample time to rest when we are dead.
Indeed. And
Can I offer
live
you
while we're alive.
any assistance?
I must try to contact Spirit on the other side.
To ensure it does
Can you
not
help me?
return, I assume.
Simply making contact will be hopefully answer any questions that I need before taking any further steps.
I see. Well, if all you need is the solace of these walls, I will leave you. I have people to attend to that are in need of my comfort.
If I could beg your favor. I would appreciate one so powerful as yourself supporting and guiding this effort. It is in aid of contacting a member of this church.
Who?
It is Datura.
Not so much a member, but she has prayed here on a number of occasions and speaks of serving our Lord. I will assist you in this.
If she is indeed on the other side, I must know.
What would you have of me? You wish me to reach out, or do you wish me to assist you?
Perhaps merely holding hands and looking out together, one of us might be able to ascertain and locate the spirit of Datura.
He extends his hands towards you, his grey sleeves falling back from his hands, palms up. Take them.
I'll take his hand. How does it feel?
Clammy.
Warm and dry.
Mine will be bony, I imagine. And dry. Of arthritis setting in. I will close my eyes and offer a quick traditional prayer.
Lord of Death, we are your servants. We ask nothing of you, recognizing our place is to serve the order of things. We are the deliverers, and you are the guardian. Our friend, Maolmuire, seeks satisfaction. Does the soul of a friend?
Friend.
Does the soul of a friend has found her way truthfully, rightfully to your embrace. We know it is not your way to speak, but a sign, Lord. A sign. The pancake is my sign.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
It is eggs. It is flour. It is milk. It is life.
Praise be the holy pancake.
He pauses for a moment. Could you make a religion check, please?
Disadvantage because you're exhausted. Ability.
Oh, he's not wrong.
bugger.
Sorry, dude.
That's okay. I have got a level exhaustion on my character sheet, so it's odd that it didn't do that automatically.
Yeah.
21.
No.
Can do it when I need to. It's like wrangling a dragon.
Have interest then. You still select the roll mode, don't you?
There is, Maolmuire, as you sit with Mechlon's hands in yours, the faintest whispering sound. You cock your head to the side, straining to hear a voice. A voice inside your head tries to get through to you. You open your eyes and see Mechlon also cock his head, and then release your hands. It seems that Gar has not seen fit to speak to me today. Yourself?
I heard a voice. I could not discern any tone or reason from it. It's as if it was the barely inaudible whisper into my mind.
What is going on here?
Oh shit.
My Lord Hela. No lords. Simply Hela will do. I often forget Hela. Maolmuire here was just asking for guidance, and I was seeking to assist. Well, Maolmuire, if you wish guidance, I'll be more than happy to oblige you. Why don't you step into my office, and we can talk in privacy. Mechlon, you have work to be doing. Of course. Mechlon will step away. Come, Maolmuire.
I shall, as Mechlon walks away, I shall not whisper, but just say in a calm, quiet voice, "Thank you," and walk towards Master's office.
You follow into Hela's office. And as you do that, we'll cut to the rest of the group in the Temple of the People.
Excellent.
There's something of a kerfuffle as you make your way into the temple. Datura's body in tow. It's not subtle. A number of people will see what you're doing, and the voices that you normally hear through the common room and the hallways will go silent as they see you go past. It is only a short time since incidents have happened here which have put some people on edge. Where do you wish to take her?
I'm going to go to the shrine that we have set up for Gar. Not Gar. Varys. Other one. Varys.
Okay.
And in that... Thank you very much, Ethan. And sort of clear it out, ask anybody in there if they could, if we could have the room.
I would most likely have been praying there.
Good.
Or you can stay, Reinhold.
It's what's going on? What's the corpse? I can't see the head.
We have recovered Datura, Reinhold.
That's so. Oh wow. What's the? Well, she's definitely not alive. What's the situation?
She wasn't alive before but we managed to defeat the vampire, and she collapsed, if I remember rightly.
As soon as the
you were
Goliath vampire was turned red and disappeared in that smoke, she collapsed.
So she was in under someone's rule, if you like. But anyway, don't let me stop you. How can I help?
Corym's gone to get resources, so I think we should lay her out, and we should give her her weapons and thank you, and prepare her, because my journey from the other side to this side was difficult.
I remember. This is going to sound like a silly question. Is there anything you wish to ask? What's left of her body? I have a few spells prepared today if you wish to speak with the last moments of what she remembers. But I don't know if that will assist.
It may
Might
prove useful.
I'm still here. Would it not be worth asking her if she wishes to return?
That's what I was thinking, because she is a follower of Gar.
Have you seen this spell performed on those who have turned before, Reinhold, or anybody?
No, that is interesting thought, Dramos. Quite astute. It doesn't bring the body back to life. It's only what it last remembers. But I see, that's a good question. What's it going to remember? The soul or the vampire?
From my experience, seeing others do it as well, the body can't express an opinion on an action that will happen soon. Only its opinions from when it was living.
Question is, when does she turn? But I am at your service. If you wish to perform that, I am able to today.
My question was more around the resurrection. Their body is still that of a vampire.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go fetch some holy water.
I have a vial.
Oh, I think we should clean her mouth out.
I also have a vial.
I will produce the vial of holy water that I got from the Temple of Imogen. From the clean pool that Gartok told me to use.
Does he have a dirty pool?
I'm assuming so. He told me a very specific pool to use.
Don't use that one.
Not that one. Not that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, the guy in yesterday got the wrong idea.
we should clean her face, put her crossbow in her hand, try cleaning her mouth out.
Is it worth pulling those teeth? I have an instrument.
Why?
It's more for
You
tongues.
insert your instrument into her mouth?
What is it with you people and the teeth thing?
Well, I'm actually meant to pick up a more ornate pair from Bose, but I'll pick out the iron pliers and just that'll do the job.
I'm not sure we should.
If we do that, and she is still in need of blood to sustain her, how would she feed?
It takes some time to grow her teeth. I'm guessing her body will regenerate what it needs to feed. Same with these types of creatures. It will at least safeguard us if she does return. I know it's grim, but at the moment she's dead and we're alive, and I'd like to keep it that way, as much on that side of the table as possible. If she does return, brilliant, but if she returns with a different attitude, then we need to be prepared.
These are good thoughts. We still have the other option.
What's that?
We lay her to rest.
Gartok,
What is the other option?
Leave her.
how has been?
Oh,
Right option.
oh,
The what, sorry?
burn.
How has been?
I'm not sure. She was with us, but she remained hidden, I believe. It was a dangerous place.
Where's her soul? Was it recovered? The soul?
The
Hello.
soul is nearby.
And I'll think to myself silently, Bern, I assume you can hear and know what Dramos speaks of.
I'm always listening. Little else
What?
to do.
Would Datura's undead form be sufficient?
Let me be clear about what it is that we're asking here. Would Datura's undead form be sufficient for...
Your new home.
It would not be undead with me inside. It would be flesh, given life by my soul.
I understand that we are to try something, but I will inform Dramos that you feel it would work for your needs.
I counsel you. I feel this is not quite an empty vessel. There is diminished power growing there. Make your decisions quickly.
I'll quietly repeat some of that to Dramos, mainly that it would be suitable for Burn and should be alive again, but she senses something there and we need to hurry.
She's regenerating. She's still a vampire, isn't she? How did you stop her? Did you just beat her to death and this is how she is, or... Because she's not Ash, so she's going to return. I'm not sure on the specifics of vampirism. It's not my specialty.
I do not know what is best.
I'll break a chair and start carving a steak.
All right.
I'm a chaotic good.
Can I put my hand on her hand and then her head to see if she's feeling warmer or...
Cold meat is what you feel. Dave obviously loves that description. Cold meat.
Reminds me of ham.
If there is still something inside, then How could Datura return?
Don't think she'll be able.
Rastvyn, you're probably one of the most knowledgeable ones of us all. What? Is there something about we could learn? Is there books on this, on vampirism? Is there? What else is there? There must be something. Rastvyn?
On mute.
I'm on mute.
Oh,
We've read.
Give me the silent treatment, woman. Sorry.
We've read quite widely. There was unspecific information as to exactly what the capabilities are. There's lots of folklore, rumour. There's nothing. Well, our research to date's not showing anything solid. There was things like they do not like running water. They do not. Some are affected by the light of the sun. Some are not.
Shaving a steak at this point, remember? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's. Some claim the stake can be useful, others say they have no effect. I suspect it's to do with the power of the creature. Maybe it gains the same as we've seen various dragons in our time that have less or more strength. I suspect some of these intelligent undead, much as we grow, perhaps they continue to grow and gain abilities or power.
We do not know how many she turned. We know that, well, we suspect she is behind some of the recent atrocities which have happened around the temple. And one thing that we did learn was the more they turned, the more powerful they became.
Is there... You've killed the one that bit her, but what about higher? Is there...
We believe we've killed the one that bit her. It was in a mist form, and it was struck by daylight, and it seemed to dispel or evaporate. I wish to go and try and scry for the creature and see if it escaped somehow or tricked us.
Take this key and go use one of our guest rooms, Rastvyn.
But we should probably make some decisions quickly. I do not know how long.
Do you know his name? This vampire you seek?
He goes by several names. Bear with me. I get out a book. I start flicking through the pages.
I might be able to speak to
There's a
Darius.
little whirring sign going on in front of it.
We know there is at least...
Puts aside his little book of mirrors.
He goes by the name of Gamesh, but or Loracai, and has also been mentioned as Soto.
I think Soto was a cover.
We also
Potentially.
We also know there is at least one who turned him. And we know that he's been around for a very long time.
Well, I can maybe, if my god is willing to speak to me today, he might have some more insight. But I'll leave that if you wish me to do that. I can try. But we might be able to get a name above this Soto, who is his leader, who bit him.
I think so. Loracai was the name carved upon his coffin that we believe he emerged from. Gamesh seems to be a name he went by. Soto may be a cover, so Loracai is potentially the most apt name to use.
Loracai Gamesh.
I can. Is there anything else that you want to know about him? So, is he alive? That's the main. Does he exist on this plane?
Well, it depends on how. I don't know how elusive your gods are when they answer, but Does he still exert an influence over Datura's form?
Darius has different ways. You have to search for what he means by it. It's sometimes very clear and sometimes like a bird, fluttering.
Squeeze.
But I can go into a corner and begin praying. I'll pray at the altar. Datura there probably help.
I suppose it's very much like wanting you to earn the knowledge or the wisdom.
He's a great teacher. But I will begin praying. I will cast 4th level ritual spell divination, and I'll see you in 10 minutes.
All right.
I will be retiring to a room and debating whether to sleep or to use my crystal ball.
Yes, I'm off to scry for 8 hours.
Cool. Challenging.
Yes.
Shall we?
Corym was
Sky
medicine
will be
checking there. What were you medicine checking, Corym?
Nothing. I was seeing if I rolled disadvantage because I'd
Okay.
just because I rolled that about 20 minutes ago.
It doesn't
really?
seem to want to.
Yeah.
He's checking to see if the
Yeah,
lights
if
are
you've
back.
got the exhaustion, it just rolls it singly.
I was just checking I hadn't missed anything for you.
That's all right.
Shall we vote? Or some sort of reading on. Should we bring her back, or should we allow Byrne to make use of what remains?
Let's pray. We can ask her body potentially.
If that's been said before I leave, I'll.
It would have been. I'm pretty loud.
I
Quite heard it.
To help out in these matters, I try and understand what would you feel in the situation. If you were there and we had a chance to bring you back, would you want your body to be taken over by another spirit? Or laid to rest, or recovered? You've got 3 options. Burial, revival, or inhabitants by another spirit. What would you pick?
I wouldn't want someone commanding my body.
Neither would I. I will leave you to your deliberations.
In my view, it is merely a vessel. We have seen them used by their own souls, we have seen them possessed by others. It is a hard choice that we face. If we
My
dispose of
counsel,
it,
we try to revive her, and if that fails, then we discuss what we do with the body.
if we revive her and fail, we may not have no choice.
At least we can, with conscience, say we tried to help a friend. Our mission was to save Datura. If we now hand the body over to Byrne, we may as well have not gone there and saved all a lot of hassle and gone out and grabbed the nearest criminal or person we deemed not worthy, killed them, and let Byrne occupy them. What you're saying is that Datura is not worthy to go back into her own body.
It's
I'm
yes
not saying
and no.
that at all.
So we try and revive her first then.
You have removed the threat. You've removed this curse. Sorry, I'm praying.
I'm going to give you guys a moment to think while I pop back over to Maolmuire, who's in Hella's office. So, sit down, Maolmuire. I'm surprised you don't come directly to me if you needed assistance. As I've said, I'm always here to help you. Think of me as a friend, not the leader of your church and immediate superior.
Forgive me, Lord Hella.
Yes, no, Lord,
I
I do not wish to take on graces.
No, Your Grace, of course. I did not come to you initially as I did not want to disturb you with something. So
It is not disturbing me, Maolmuire. My primary purpose is to facilitate the priests of Garv in this town. It is my job to make sure that you are well, that you are correctly performing your duties, and you are not in need of any guidance.
I am in guidance. I am in need of guidance. I have a theological dichotomy that I am wrestling with. May I ask you a question, sire?
Of course, just Hella would be fine.
Yes, hello. Have you ever seen one returned from Gar's embrace?
Sadly, yes, I have. As a young priest, many years ago, I witnessed a bishop that was somewhat relaxed with the teachings, and it would only take a tearful mother for him to break the rules and snatch someone from their proper resting place, or the slightest convincing that it was for the greater good that this person should come back and live longer, despite the obvious laying down of destiny that puts us in the hands of Gar.
Destiny, my lord.
Yes, the nature lies things out before us, so that we are born, we live, and then we die. The order is simple. We do not born, live, die, live some more, and then die. We get one life and one death.
Indeed. And if one's spirit did not cross to Gar's embrace, what do the teachings tell us then?
Well, if a spirit is removed by force from a body, not as a course of death, then that is, of course, a different matter. It is not unknown for Gar's reapers to be somewhat blind. A lost soul is a lost soul, and they must all be ushered to Gar in the views of the reapers. But I would agree that if it was a soul that was extracted from a body through a cause other than death, then certainly that is not their time. They should be brought back to their flesh to live until it is their correct time. But when we die, we die.
Indeed. As is the natural way of things.
It is the natural way of things. And it pleases me to see you agree so readily and your mind put at rest.
There is still one thing that troubles me, Lord, and is the reason I came to this temple today. I hoped that Mechlin and I, joined together, might be able to solve this problem, but it appears I have tried and received no answer.
Mechlin is an enthusiastic priest, but more suited to the administration of mourners than he is for direct communication with our Lord.
As I've spoken before, I feel I've communicated with our Lord myself. But
that is why
at this point I need to try and
that is why I look so
another.
favorably on you, Maolmuire. I feel that you are special.
It is a great gift, if it is true.
If it is true.
I need to locate a soul of a friend and find out if they truly have passed the threshold of life. Or perhaps, after being forcibly evicted from their body, might they be somewhere else awaiting return?
Maolmuire, as your head priest and your friend, I would be only too happy to confirm the fate of your friend, and ensure that they have passed on, or not, as the case may be. Please take my ring. He extends his hand, which has a large gold ring beset with a red gem. Place your hands on my hand. Place your flesh on the ring.
Something fucking wrong with you.
Stop it. Okay.
We're having a moment here, Dave.
Put one
Sorry.
hand underneath his hand and one hand over the top. And I'll sort of bow my head towards him.
My Lord Gar.
How does this...
My Lord Gar. I am your servant. I am the conduit. Let my power give guidance to your servant Maolmuire. Maolmuire, what is it you wish to ask?
Datura in the afterlife, he passed the point of no return.
I'm afraid, Maolmuire, the message is clear to me. There will be no backwards glances for your friend Datura. She is past the point of no return. She is with Gar.
Lord, as a scientist and an empiricist, I feel the need to know for myself a simple sign where I can be at peace.
Our Lord is powerful. But you know his way. I'm sure he will send you a sign. I'm sure he will give you peace. That is, after all, his sole purpose. To give peace. Yes?
Indeed. Praise God.
Praise God.
I shall take my leave.
Okay. You leave Hella's office, the door clicking behind you. Turn down the corridor and head back out into the main room. Mechlin is alone by the altar. He looks round to
I'll
you.
approach him.
I'm sorry I could not help you further. But if your friend has passed on, it is for the best. And she will be in the embrace of our Lord.
Thank you, Mechlin, for your help.
All souls must pass.
Feel indeed, and all souls go to him.
Eventually,
Gets
yes.
them all in the end.
Eventually, it is all of our destination. He extends a hand towards you.
Oh, yeah, I'll hold his hand again.
There's a piece of paper in his hand. which he pushes into your own palm. I'm afraid I have to deal with a body.
Of course.
Good day.
We will talk again.
Well, I am often busy, but I can make time. Now, if you excuse me, these bodies won't burn themselves.
Indeed. May they go with the grace of God.
By the great grace of God, all things end.
And I'll walk out of the temple.
Okay.
And once I'll head towards the Temple of the People, find somewhere suitably shady and open up this piece of paper.
The folded piece of parchment in your hand contains an intricate design. A circle beset with crisscrossing lines and unusual symbols.
That's it.
It's... Make an intelligence check.
Oh, come on.
Or an arcana check.
Oh yes, 19.
Nice.
It's similar to the designs of the circle you saw. You've seen before. It's similar to the design of the circle in the Temple of Imogen.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
Oh my god.
Well, Maolmuire may have passed his intelligence test, but Archie hasn't. Okay.
It's a key.
It
Like a
certainly is.
Teleportation circle.
It's
Teleportation
yeah,
circle.
it's the design of a teleportation circle.
Okay.
Which you can't do anything with, I don't think, but someone else could.
Oh, sorry, I've got a Norfolk cough tonight.
All right. So I'll cut us back to the temple.
Exhausted.
I'll cut us back to the Temple of the People now. If Maolmuire's returned, then you can convene again.
Is Corym with us now as well?
Oh yes, Corym.
I was hoping so.
Gone.
So, will Rastvyn and... I'm kind of pointing that way and
Yeah.
that way because that's where they are to me.
Top, middle, and on the right for me.
Rastvyn. Yep. Rastvyn and Reinhold finished what they're doing. So, do we want to deal with those
I will
first?
deal with them. So
I'm just trying to think before we all start chatting again and forget. And Harbinger pulls faces.
I don't think there's a good chance her soul has not gone to Gar. Fate nearly had me.
Uh,
And when I say had me, I did not mean like that.
That's why she's the Harbinger.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't wear off.
fate was Harbinger's first.
Oh yeah.
So, Reinhold, what is the question that you wish to ask?
Well, I go to the altar, put one hand on the altar and one hand on Datura's hand. No, nothing inappropriate. Reinhold doesn't swing that way. Praise Darius, glorious is he. My friends have fallen, but we wish to know if there is a future fight on our hands. A vampire named Lorikai. Is he going to put up a challenge, or has he gone to the embrace of Gar?
You get no direct reply. As you, disappointed, pull your hand away from Datura's body, you catch it on her clothing, a loose buckle scratching across your palm. The blood from your hand splatters on the altar, and a spot on Datura's skin. You feel a shiver go through your body as you look at her.
Whoever's in the room, I'll turn around and say, he's still here. That vampire you think you vanquished, he's still here.
And Rastvyn, who is completing a scry. Scrying on Loracai.
The person that I know as what's his name again?
Loracai Gamesh.
Loracai, thank you.
Formerly known as
Loracai Gamesh.
I'll clarify it. So Loracai is the name that was on the sarcophagus. Gamesh is the name that Godfrey referred to him as. And Soto is the name he went by when he was acting as a servant for the widow.
Yeah, I think the way the scry work is somebody who's it's if he's known to me. The name isn't really important as such. It's my familiarity with the subject
It's
more.
fine.
I can pop it up if you want.
I read it while we were talking.
Okay.
There is no resistance given the circumstances, as the vision clears and coalesces into your crystal ball. You see a room. A number of people are gathered around, looking down upon the body of Datura.
Shit.
Oh,
Okay, I will sweep the crystal ball up and make my way back downstairs.
Okay.
And if nothing else happens, I will come into the group.
Okay.
That filthy vampire is somehow held within Datura's body.
my god threw his way since he was still in this plane, but I didn't realize in her.
Well, let me clarify. My scrying led me to see over Datura's body, and you gathered here. So unless one of you lot had been infected,
There's a chance.
or an item that we have is infected, it's more likely to be Datura's body. If your god is guiding you to that as well, then
Could I turn? Try a turn on her.
Turn undead.
perhaps we need.
Obviously, when the time is right and we're thinking of doing some kind of ritual, maybe we could try and banish this thing from her.
Do we need to fully kill her body? We saved it from the hound.
That is my thought, but last time we killed one of these creatures, it turned to dust. So the risk is if we try and vanquish the soul from the body, does the body get consumed in that vanquishing? I.e., it kind of makes a perverted sense, doesn't it? He had nowhere to go, no way of escaping. He was being struck, so perhaps he withdrew into one of the vessels he possesses.
Who's to say
So maybe
if we...
a ritual of Darius or Gar could put the body to rest finally.
It needs to be. I don't know. I don't know how your turning works or how your god's granted the power, but it needs to be forced out of the body rather than destroyed whilst in the body. It feels to me.
It's
Both of those
an
are
exorcism.
Perhaps you mentioned holy water. Have we tried spilling holy water on the body itself?
Not yet.
I will
What if we were to bathe
vial
it in
and-
a bath of holy water?
Yeah, just try it, Dramos, a little bit, and then we'll see what happens.
I'll just drop a couple of drops onto her hand.
As it hits her flesh, smoke pours from it.
Thank you.
Is the flesh deteriorated in the area in terms of is it burning off or is it?
Just where those drops hit, yes.
Perhaps bathing in water would not be a good idea.
Then we need to try a turn or use your rituals to lay the body to rest, Maolmuire.
The laying to rest abilities of rituals often involve the soul. It's freeing the soul, making sure it moves on. And I think it's more that unless he could lay the soul of the mesh on.
Well,
We do have
as
a
far
way
as
of
we're aware, the soul resides with Gar. All that is left is the shell of a body.
And whatever's inhabiting it.
That is true.
Him.
I thought that maybe my magics could reinstate the soul to a body, but certainly not while it is inhabited by another being, and whilst the body still retains the semblance of undeath. My magic will not.
I'll try a turn. Have we had a short rest? Certainly as Harbinger had a short rest.
Yeah, I could do one.
I don't think any of us have, in fairness. We've all been active, haven't we?
No
we
one has
haven't
said-
stopped and done nothing.
No one said you're taking a short rest, so I'm assuming one has not been taken.
Should we sit round for an hour first? Because if he comes back, I'm just gonna die immediately.
If we leave it, we may not be able to do anything.
Or may regenerate, or may come back to power. I think, as exhausted as we are, we need to deal with this now and decide what we're doing. Or at least exhaust possibilities.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Let's chain it down. If you worry about him coming back, we can restrain the body.
Well, if I turn the spirit, he might release again, and if he goes into a mist form again, we need to be ready to deal with that.
We've got a
Well,
lot
we
more
know
to
how
travel.
to. We know how to deal with him, and I'm sure Reinhold is fully rested.
Oh yeah, Reinhold's rested.
I am. Yes, I can offer a prayer.
We
If you wish
need-
to be healed.
We need your god's powers.
Radiant
Of course.
light or spirit.
Oh,
Spirit.
I was just thinking the other day that I need the daylight spell and lots of radiant energy. I didn't know why. Must be another bird.
Darius must have
I
spoken to you in your prayers.
I could potentially trap the spirit in a magic circle. The specifics, I've never used it before. I know I can specify certain fiends and fays, and so we could potentially, for a minute, at least have a chance to potentially deal with it. But there is a chance it can get through. So I will cast it up, but just so you guys can read it, but I can start a prayer if you guys need healing. How is everyone looking? Are you guys like kicked the shit out of it at the moment? Oh, it's like, oh lord, oh.
I think I've been bitten, hit with a very large hammer. I took a death ray to the face.
Flails.
Flails.
Are you all quite under half at the moment? Or...
Oh, I am. I look like a jelly in a metal suit.
Yeah, barely standing really.
Oh, full
I'm
health.
okay.
Well,
I'm all right.
Did anyone
Ish.
tell Reinhold the fact that we it was actually Maolmuire and Till who ended up dealing mainly with Gamesh because everyone else was being beaten up by a huge demon, godlike woman.
That is a tale for afterwards, Harbinger.
well,
Yeah.
if you all like to gather around Datura and just sit down holding hands, and just stay still for a few minutes, I'll sort you out. I'll do my best. I'll cast prayer of healing at 5th level.
Wow.
And try and give everyone a good kick up the arse.
What's that, about 6? Is that about 6?
So that's 30 HP to everyone, apart from myself. That'll take 10 minutes for game purposes.
During that 10 minutes, I'll be standing, watching, on guard.
Yeah, I'll be guarding too. I don't need to partake, but thank you.
And you could jump in because it's free 30 points. It's not to a maximum. It's an actual.
I'm actually
prayer.
fully healed thanks to some of the work of
Okay.
Corym earlier. I'm actually looking healthier than normal thanks to the mixture of Corym and Till.
I do have potions. They're only small, basic ones, but if people have used them and an empty potion pouch, I can lend some. But,
Thank you, Reinhold.
Yeah, it looks.
Let us try these things that we're going to try.
Of course.
So I'm going to assume Maolmuire got back to the group
Yes.
just in time for some prayers of healing.
No, you turn up just as it finishes.
Done! Oh, Maolmuire! Sorry, buddy. We've eaten all the pizza. Ice cream's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, you curse. You shouldn't have stopped at Ray's batter.
Yeah.
I've got to say this.
Come with a pancake. Don't start the ritual. Corym, wait. And I'll walk up to Datura. It will take more than a simple ritual to bring her back. And I will remove the necklace that I put on her underneath the pyramid, or on top of the pyramid, or whatever it was.
Easily comes away.
Ah, yes. That's not been activated yet. It requires activation to work.
Attunement, wasn't it?
Pardon?
The necklace was attunement, was it?
No, I will scrabble around my bag and bring out like sort of like a jewel in a holder, wasn't it? The control device. I've got the control device for the 5 necklaces that we took.
Oh, that necklace.
I believe this was the necklace that we
Sorry,
found in the pyramid.
Oh,
This is a different necklace.
Yes.
This was the resistance
Yes.
against
I
turning.
was talking about the
Okay.
resistance.
My mistake. I thought you put on a different necklace.
Yeah, during the heat of battle, he put the necklace of turning on and then turned undead on the others.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never picked it up. I just
I
thought you
thought
put
I
a necklace on
Did
it.
work.
I thought it was
Well-
the enslavement necklace.
Well remembered, Mal. It would have made the job a lot harder.
Till's
There are
gone
many
to.
preparations to make.
Till's
Sorry,
gone to
Harbinger.
the. Sorry, I forgot to say. Joel said he wanted to stay with Ingare.
Okay.
That's what he wanted to do.
Well, it may be that we need a return trip to the Temple of Imogen.
I see.
I was able to. I was not able to locate Datura's spirit realm of the ever after. I was able to gather a small clue into the ritual we must perform to bring her back. And it involves the circle. And I'll turn towards Dramos. As you seem to have most control over this, I can only give you this piece of information, and lay the rest in your hands.
So you're passing me the piece of parchment?
I'm not.
You're not.
Just the information.
The teleportation circle. There's only something I have recently learned how to use. All I know is the portal opens and pulls our bodies through. How we go from one place to another, I do not know. So,
Well, is that not what we need to do right now?
Do you guys not need to sleep or something? You all. I mean, I can heal you again, but I'm sure you're all pretty tapped mentally.
to do this again, I would need to rest.
Yes.
But we know we know other spellcasters in town. There may be another who knows how to use the circles. And Garo himself may know how. I do not know if it is something that clerics or paladins can learn.
Not paladin.
I don't think it's something in my church. Our church. Sorry, Corym. An Harbinger. It's only Garrison.
We do have the ability to transport ourselves, and it is very similar to that of the teleportation circles. But again, like the teleportation circles, it does require a small amount of preparation.
I have much to learn.
Come to the tower, and I shall show you.
So we can either go to the tower, Temple of Imogen.
There's quite nasty feedback on my end
I
from
think
someone's
Dave's
mic.
phone's charging, if I remember rightly.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is that better?
It's gone.
Whatever
Yeah. All right.
whatever we decide, we must be quick.
What is the need for haste, Dramos? Preciseness and surety in this matter are surely more important than haste.
Whatever resides within Datura's body, I feel it is gaining strength and just waiting to be released.
All right.
Are we taking... Yes, sir. Sorry, go on.
We think Gamesh is inside her body. So, step one, try and get that out so that we're back to what we thought we were, which is dealing with an empty vessel. That means everybody needs to be ready, particularly Reinhold, because if he is expelled, he could be a gas or he might be powerful still.
Right.
If my turn fails, Reinhold, you can turn today, right?
I can turn, yes.
And I'm not sure
my
whether Corym
concern is her body susceptible to sunlight as it is. Is there a window nearby, Jamie? Jamie? Sorry, been drinking. Is there sunlight coming in?
There is some light from a high window.
Can I shine a bit of my armour just kind of over a patch of skin for a brief second and see what the body does? It's the same as holy water.
You don't see any reaction.
No reaction. Good. I have daylight prepared. I can bang that off, and hopefully that'll do something to the mist. At least weaken it.
bang it off.
It certainly causes harm. It's not something they like.
Yes, weaken.
I kept it a lot.
Till called his spiritual guardians.
So, if we rested for an
Ah.
hour, can I just
No.
clarify that? No, okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Man, that rest looks real sweet, doesn't it?
It does. Right. Should we try this?
We need to act now.
Yeah, all trying? All in favour of
Yes.
trying? Okay. Right. Stand
Uh,
here or where you want to.
I'll
Oh, Maolmuire's not.
take a health potion. I'll take 2 of my health potions and put one in Gartok's hand and Harbinger, and just in case. I'll take a few paces back.
I
Put it in my
would
belt.
have pushed it back to you, even though I'm looking rough as shit. Save it for anyone who falls.
I'll keep an eye on you.
I've just come into a small amount of debt, so I'll put it in my. I'm going to put it in my holster, which is
There you go. You can flog that.
probably give it back.
Pounds for the poor. Pounds for the poor.
It's only a basic healing potion. It's 50 gold jobby.
Okay. Everybody stand where you want to stand?
Is there a
Right,
map? maybe?
No, I don't think
I've
so.
got no map yet.
Okay. Just yes, I'm standing around.
I'm just saying, if you don't say it now and you want it to be like holding her head down or something, this is the chance.
Form
Um,
a small
I'm gonna-
semicircle around where she is in the altar.
I'm
So
going to
we're all
go
in.
up.
5 or so
Yeah.
feet, for example.
You'll see Reinhold pull out the iron pliers and start walking up to Datura, and I'm going to yank her to
Oh no!
hangs out.
No! Oh no! You can't
That's
do
what you do, is it?
Yeah.
You said it now.
Okay. You move straight over the body, pulling down her chin. You clamp firmly on one of the fangs with your pliers. You yank left and right, dislodging the tooth. There's a crunch. You twist the pliers round to try and get some traction on the tooth, and with one final crunch, you pull it back out.
I'm sorry, friend. This is for your own good. I'll go with you for the other one.
The same.
Oh god.
Firmly grip hold, twisting, pushing up. There's again another crunch. You have to put your hand on and pull to the side to release it enough, and then with left and right movement, finally lever this tooth out.
Son be a dentist.
Which
Well,
I'm
Pick up
channeling
the teeth and just.
when I went to the
Sorry.
dentist and
Pick
had
up the-
one removed, and that wasn't.
It's not pleasant.
And then
It's not fun, is it?
the bastards say, "So, do you want to see it?" I can't say anything. I couldn't say anything. And they're like, "Here it is. I don't want to see it."
I'll just pick up the 2 teeth and throw them into the corner, just nonchalantly.
Clatter along the
Some
floor.
of you wouldn't agree. Some of you might not agree with that, but you might thank me in 30 minutes. Put it into my holster.
Right.
Could I have one of those teeth? Or have a close?
They're in the corner.
I go and pick them up.
I'm going to place my hands on like her hands, if that's an exposed area, and I will cast Turn Undead.
Okay.
So she, well, whoever it is or whatever, normally would make a Wisdom saving throw, and my DC is 16.
All right. What do you say as you turn undead, Harbinger? What do you do? What is the gesture?
I will grab hold of that hand and then I will say, "You're not welcome here."
You're not welcome here.
And I will think of Darius, as I often do, and that time when we saw him silhouetted in the halls of the past.
So, trying to take the essence of Darius within your body, you grab hold of her hand. You are not welcome here. The body arches suddenly. The stomach shooting up, back and feet stuck to the altar. It drops down and a smoke emerges from the chest. Not floating freely, not like when you've seen that vampire before, but a almost solid appearing smoke forming arms and an indistinct head which was featureless. It hovers
Pop.
above the body.
Daylight. Yeah. Bang.
Can I move
Soon
in
I
as
see that.
well? I'm doing something as well.
All right.
Oh,
Oh man, everyone wants to do something.
I will get my sheet gone. Ah, too many screens open.
yeah.
What's going on?
You're doing that to her body.
Oh, good shout.
Oh.
You're doing that to Devon's body.
To the body of Datura.
Okay, Datura's body, yeah. Okay, so the smoke thing appears, and he says, "You have no..." And then there's a sudden blast of daylight as Reinhold casts his spell. It illuminates the room suddenly. You have the... The smoke is gone. The light settles down. The room
In about
is
an hour.
quiet.
Oh yeah, in an hour.
In an hour, yeah. It's quiet. The smoke disappears like almost immediately.
Gartok.
Yes,
Does
Dramos.
Ben sense anything in the body still?
I'll silently think that. I'll ask her, is there anything there now? Or is she just a body?
To my feeling, it seems like the vessel is available.
Harbinger, do you get any feeling of the undead nearby?
Divine sense, please.
No sense of undead. I will warn you, Gartok, I don't know how well informed you or your friends are, but an empty vessel is like an open door. I could take it now. Any soul could take it now.
So we need to do what we must do quickly.
The
Where's the
barrier
protection from
is-
evil running on it?
The barrier is the resistance of a life inside. This is a not dead body that's available.
I will say out loud to everyone, because all that was in my head if people weren't aware. We either
Is she
bring her
saying
back.
it is an undead body?
No. What I'll say out loud is we either bring her back now or we allow Byrne to take her. Anyone can go in there at any time. Do what you
Allow me
must.
To secure the body.
Do what you must now.
Allow me to work my magic and let us see if Gar is willing to release her soul.
And I'll think again to Byrne. I know you have the power to take this vessel whenever you wish, but please allow us this chance. If it does not work, do what you must.
I'll prepare myself. I'll draw out one of the diamonds, place it next to me, and start chanting. This will take some time.
I'm gonna sit down.
How much time do we have?
Yes, how long is that spell?
Hold on.
I could potentially throw up a
There you go.
protection.
1 hour.
Okay. I could potentially throw up a magic circle around her. If you will have to be in there. If I throw that up first, I don't know how it works. If the vessel comes in, my circle finishes, and then the soul can come back at the end of your ritual. I don't know if it needs the whole hour, or
I would
Yeah,
not
no.
overlap any other spells with this effect. I'll drop my
Too
protection
risky.
from evil.
Right, Jamie, I don't know if you knew that was what I was going to cast.
Yeah, I got it.
beforehand, but- Yeah. So obviously read it carefully and make your decisions.
Yeah.
So if it takes an hour, can the rest of us rest while Corym does his thing?
I can stay
Yeah.
on guard.
There is no time to rest. If Datura's soul needs any help finding its body, then we must find it to help. Leave the circle now is our only option. Who will come with me?
I will join if you wish.
I will come with you, Maolmuire.
I'll
Corym, is it not worth waiting for Corym to finish, or I don't know.
Well, he is. His part of this will take place during the next hour.
I will stay with Corym.
I'm staying too.
I think you don't know where that leads, Maolmuire. It might be unsafe to go.
As if any place we go to is safe.
Can we return if we might be able to get there with the temple's help? But if Dramos is, for lack of a better word, spent, how are we meant to return?
I do not know this either.
This could shift to another plane for all we know.
I don't feel comfortable leaving Corym to do this now, especially when I know he's very tired as well.
When he's just spaffed his last 5th level spell. Yeah.
The things that you said, that Gartok, Reinhold, that people gave me during my resurrection, is the reason I'm still here.
Fate. I'll look around. Is there any statues kicking about?
No. I believe
Good,
Harbinger
they would have been
had a
destroyed
statue removal
otherwise.
policy when she moved in.
Get
But
that out.
was that the same spell which
Yeah,
is
that
being
out.
cast, or was, because I do not recall that taking an hour last time?
It was
Uh,
resurrection.
It was a different spell, but
No, it was a higher level.
it was still a case of
So, as long as we are back here to aid during the last part of the spell,
you really think you can go to the Temple of Immersion, activate the circle, go and investigate, and return within an hour?
It's I'm
If we
a
had
knowing camp
travelled
of staying here.
in time before Harbinger This seems almost rudimentary in its simplicity. But I would feel safer if... Forgive me, I'm about to metagame. John, do we know that burn is in your mace?
Some people do.
I can't remember if Maolmuire does or doesn't. He was with... No, that was the hurricane. He was not in the cellar of Darius. The cellar
I
of
believe
Darius.
the people I think I definitely know are Dramos, Rastvyn, and Harbinger.
If it's your secret, then no worries. I'll retract what I said.
We have probably discussed it over breakfast, in fairness, Maolmuire.
Pillow talk, you might say.
Excellent. Yes. No.
It's pre, not post. It's always you
had-
want to talk about other souls pre, not post. Otherwise, it's just disrespectful.
You had an English muffin, and I had Marmite on toast.
Yes.
Yes. I wonder if one who has previously been able to manipulate the circles might come with us. We must be quick. Either way.
I'm gonna...
I'm. When you say manipulate, what circles?
The magic teleportation circles. Could do that, couldn't she?
I believe she used a different power, Maolmuire. I believe it was more travelling through the planes rather than using the circles, but a similar thing, I imagine. We do know of one who claims he is a powerful mage, and that is Zetafor. He may be able to.
I am very distrustworthy of that particular master of the Arcana. For various reasons. I feel his parts is not as he presents himself to be. That is an ally of the town.
I'm going to unhook. I'm going to take the 2 potions out of my belt. One is a normal healing potion, which Reinhold just gave me, which I will pass back to him. And the second one is another normal healing potion, which I'm going to pass over to Dramos.
What are you proposing to do with this circle?
I'm proposing to find Datura.
What in this circle?
Had I time to better plan out something, I would have done it. I spoke to my god and was given this sign. I asked for the ritual not to begin. Now it has. I have no other control over what is happening. But then we must try.
I will come
stand
with you.
here and wait for a response.
I don't understand why we're going to find her in this magic circle as opposed to the spell summon her to her body, but I will come with you.
For the sake of the hour, I think it's worth waiting. But, you guys know more information about this situation. I think having all of us together is more worthwhile to pick each other up when we fall, as we've done so many times. If 3 of us fall going through this circle and even 1 survives, that's 3 down for the sake of 1 life. It doesn't add up. I don't want to resort lives to numbers, but
I shall remember when it is your time, of course, how much help you wished to give to others, and by Gar's grace, he accepts you peacefully.
I go willingly to go.
In around
If it is my time, it is my time.
and walk out.
But, yeah, I think.
We
When did Maolmuire become such a queen?
look. Maybe someone
He's
should
always been a
persuade him-
little high-strung.
persuade him to come back. Because if what he has found is indeed relevant, what his god has said, then what the worst that will happen now, surely, is that Corym's ritual will fail, and in an
Yes.
hour's time we will know.
It
And
will
it
go.
will be a waste of resources, but we can fund it between us, and 3 of you will be alive when there's a chance that you could be dead if you go alone.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, out of game, just so you know, that 5,000 GP diamond was a party item.
We're well aware of that.
I will follow him and see what I can do, Harbinger.
yes, we want to help. I want to go. I do not want you to go on your own, but
This is it.
but I do not want to leave Corym after what happened when I was resurrected.
I will
And
run out of the room.
we were tapped then.
Stop and start walking and send a message back to Gartok. Ask Burn to keep an eye on on anything owning the body while the ritual's happening, and then dash after Maolmuire again in a very tired way. Oh, slow down a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Do you see how that 5,000 GP gem was a party item?
It was.
It was. Can't imagine that.
Was.
Party item, not just taking it down the arena and betting it all on yourself.
I know. I know.
Well, to be
You
honest,
bet the gem.
if I'd known that was the... sorry, Dan, say again.
What did you bet the bloody gem?
Hurricane.
No, not me.
Hurricane bet our stash of gold,
don't-
about 50 grand's worth of it, I think.
Oh, jeez.
And I get the feeling he lost.
No, the person who he trusted it to double-crossed him, I think. Is what's happened.
Well,
The result still is, I'm skint, and I shouldn't be.
I'm pretty sure some of that money should be mine as well. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got doled out or something.
Anyway,
well, in regards to
Let's come out of the woodwork when you've got
well,
cash.
Right. So, are we waiting?
so it sounds to me like Maolmuire and Dramos were leaving. Is that right?
I'm going to follow, because I agree we shouldn't be split up, but we can't leave those two go off on their own. Or perhaps Harbinger, you should go with them. You may be more use to them than what I am in my state.
Oh, I don't think I'm not very persuasive. But I could go. Yeah. Oh man, if fate comes back. All right.
Let's both go. We've got an hour to come back here. Let us both go and see what they're doing.
you wouldn't want to lose another head of your church,
I know,
would
yeah,
you?
I don't. I saw that. I saw Drakenthal stabbed through the chest.
I mean, you've already lost one on your watch.
Oh,
It wouldn't look
man,
very good on your
Corym.
TV to lose another.
This is me hearing Corym's voice in my head. God. No. Oh, right. Oh.
Come on. I'm walking out. Come on, Harbinger. We'll lose him otherwise.
Gartok, what are you doing?
I'm staying.
All right. Can you contact me if you need me, Reinhold?
If you're 120 foot away, yeah.
Well, I think I'll be further than that. Right, I'll go get Maolmuire. Oh, okay. I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run.
You're going to go. All right. So now it's Maolmuire, Dramos, Rastvyn, and Harbinger.
No, I'm gonna run to catch up with Maolmuire. Past Rastvyn.
So
God.
Reinhold, Corym, and Gartok stay with the body.
Oh, two clerics in the same place. I'll put 2 healing potions into Gartok's hands and follow him, just in case. I know you've I'll just put it in and follow Harbinger.
Wait, no, you stay.
We've gone.
I think it's a bit like a conga line at the moment. Maolmuire went, Dramos is chasing him, Rastvyn's chasing him.
The only person who's going to Gar today is Corym.
Okay, so just let me get this clear then. Corym and Gartok are staying with the body. Everyone else is leaving.
I've gone.
All right. Okay, so that's it. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
All right.
Should not have gone.
Catching up with Maolmuire, you make your way through the streets. Where are you heading, Maolmuire?
Oh, the Temple of Imogen.
Temple of Imogen.
Obviously, Maolmuire, we've got to go back.
I didn't realise you had left.
I'm here. I'm tired. I'm panting. We've got to go back.
I am tired. Also, it won't be long before we are more tired. We may only have one shot at this before something else comes through and takes Datura's body, and I wish the odds to be in our favour. I'm walking at a brisk pace for my sprightly age.
You're power walking.
Maolmuire, why do you not explain why this circle is so important?
If I could explain it, I would, my friend, but I don't.
What clues? What feeling did your god give you?
Guidance. We are short on resources. This spell even be cast again this day. We're being left as an empty vessel. Has now brought on the haste that you once spoke about.
We can protect her if we're there together, and we can protect Corym if we're there together.
Corym, from what I have known of him over these many days that I have met and travelled with him, can take care of himself. An empty vessel is fair prey to anyone. I'm still walking.
Look, I've seen fate come forth and stab the head of our order in the chest, killing him. And he whispered, I decide who lives and dies. If fate decides to interact, Corym probably doesn't have any chance.
Still, you are bonded to your previous faith, Harbinger. And I keep walking. Maybe even a little bit faster. Keep walking.
I'm gonna stand still. Let them pass.
I suppose I'll just be catching up. What's up his ass today?
He's tired, cranky, arthritis.
He is following what his god has guided him to do in his interpretation. That I understand.
I can't deny him if he has to follow what he believes. It's a lot of risk. There's no idea what's on the other end of that.
Power walking with Mal.
Okay. Oh, I see. I'm with Harbinger.
I'm gonna go back, Reinhold.
I don't want to see Corym fall. Corym falls. That means I'm in charge, and no one wants me in charge.
Okay.
There's a rather lucrative temple.
All the brandy I can buy.
So I'm gonna walk back.
I'll walk with you.
15 minutes into the casting of the Raise Dead spell,
Fuck's sake.
the Temple of Imogen comes into view. You cross the threshold. Maolmuire, Dramos, Rastvyn still with them?
Yes.
Okay. The 3 toughest members of the party.
Edge.
Leaving virtually all of the other priests elsewhere in town.
It sounds like a warning.
It's not a warning. It's not a warning. I just think it's funny because Harriet said we're never doing that again.
Yeah, after the Datura incident, we are never splitting the party without a priest in each side.
We're going to a place where there are lots of priests.
We have Maolmuire. He's a priest.
Yeah, he's a.
Oh yeah, I constantly forget. But
How many spells you got left?
His channel definition's like send to grave.
You're following your god, and you're not a priest. That's what it is. You see.
It's
The
always-
discrimination that we get, Maolmuire. You take some training in the arcane arts, and everybody casts you off as an unbeliever.
It's not the arcane arts, it's the Gar arts that's the problem.
The Gar.
The guards.
Guard. Okay, so
Guard.
you cross the threshold into the Temple of Imogen. Ngaro is near the altar, but doesn't look up as you enter.
Well, I suppose he's just seen us less than a few hours ago walk away from this room. So I'll just walk straight back towards it.
All right. You walk off the side corridor, down to the left, 3rd room.
You must explain what this guidance you've had. At least tell us why here.
Would that I could explain it, Rastvyn. My only hope is that rather than step into this circle, something will come out. But if Gar wills it, then I will step in and I will take out the 2 black candles and some incense and start getting a bit sexy in here.
Ooh.
Very goth.
All right. The room is small, the circle on the floor taking up the majority of the space. Nobody seems to have stopped you coming here. You can hear distant sounds of the temple.
Oh yeah, what does that sound like?
Waka wow wow! It's saxophone music. And there's distant murmurings of voices and the odd cry of jubilation as people worship the goddess.
Okay. I will yeah. I'll say a prayer. I'll kneel down in this magic circle. Turn towards Dramos and Rastvyn and gesture with my hand for them to join me.
I'll join in, take his hand, and if Dramos takes the other, we can form a circle.
It'd be a 3-sided circle making a triangle, surely.
Well, we can curve our arms. We haven't got it. We're not beings of straightness.
Okay.
They are articulated joints, no? Even in you.
The candles and the incense lit in front of us. I will once again cast my thoughts to Gar in prayer. Out loud, I will say, Lord Gar, final keeper of rest, it's your guidance that has brought us here, and willing to take the next step if you guide us. Guide us in that next step.
Make a religion check.
Says where it's gonna be.
I'm going to be thinking of Datura whilst this is going on. Focusing on Datura's... any memories I have of travelling with her or adventuring prior to the vampiric attack.
My focus will be on Rastvyn and Maolmuire particularly.
Alright, here we go. It's a 13 this time.
Disadvantage?
That is a
That was
disadvantage.
Still exhausted.
Oh. Balls.
Try as you might. Maybe it's because of where you are. You feel nothing from Gar.
Okay.
Anything? Have you stopped sort of praying? Have you, or to understand what you are doing, Maolmuire?
Maolmuire is continuing to chant in his head.
Okay, so
Well, no, out loud, in fact.
lay it out for me. So you're praying to Gar. You put out some candles, did you say?
Yes. Lighted a bit of incense.
Okay.
Maybe we should ask Imogen if we are in her place of worship. I know she is not your deity.
Indeed. Do you feel close to her right now, Dramos?
I feel I am in a temple. I do not hold sway with any of the deities. But I can reach out if you wish me to.
No, it should be either, does it? For I am the sentinel at death's door. Imogen, hear us, pious warriors, and hear our love for a friend in need. Grant us next step that we need to take and support all of our group in its effort.
Make a religion check. Straight, no disadvantage.
14.
What did you do with the piece of paper that Mecklin gave you?
It's clenched up into my hand.
It feels, as you reach out towards Imogen, the piece of paper feels warm. You feel that sensation you felt before as you've picked up an item that is enchanted. You did not feel that way a few moments ago, but only as you reached out to Imogen.
We'll lay it down on the floor in the center of our circle.
As you lay it out on the floor, you can see, looking at it now, you can see all the intersecting lines that make this unusual shape. But 7 points stand out before. 7 glyphs or sigils clearly marked out for you in your vision.
I'll take a piece of chalk and I'll try and copy the glyphs from the paper to the floor in front of us.
Okay. Scrawl desperately with your chalk. As you make the last line.
Of course! A silly old man that I am.
You make the last stroke with your chalk. A blue shimmering doorway appears in the middle of the circle.
If you need to go, we need to go quickly. These do not stay open long.
Anything coming through?
Nope.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll walk in.
Rastvyn is gone.
I would not hold it against you if you didn't come, Dramos. And I'll step in.
Maolmuire is gone. 5, 4.
I grab the piece of paper
3,
and follow.
2. The blue portal disappears, leaving the room empty. The three of you emerge in a glowing circle. The wind blows around you. Disturbing sight this is, so similar to that of the inside of the axe. A stretch of rock flows out before you, tinged with a purplish blue light. Clouds move left and right, floating pieces of rock separate from where you are now. At the far side of this stretch of rock is another glowing, not circle, dome, column. The light from it is so bright, it is difficult to see with any clarity. But halfway along this stretch of rock between you is a black hole in the ground. And before that black hole, facing away from you, is a tall figure. Golden white skin of the torso. You can see his back stretching down to his waist, but from his waist, his features become indistinct and mixed in with the clouds that flow left and right. He has wings extending from his back. Long golden hair hangs from his head as he looks down this blackened hole. Glancing more directly out, you can see further past these rocks that hang in the air. It's an impossibly long way down. Impossible. Some considerable distance away, there is what looks like a circle of light in the sky, fringed with a golden halo. Constructed from some sort of bright, shining metal, but light emanates from this halo that also is difficult to look at. You have to tear your eyes away from it and back to the figure in front of you. You guys want to do? It's now 30 minutes since the cast started.
How far away is the figure?
Allow me to put you on a map so you can see.
Oh no.
Shit.
Oh shit.
It could be worse.
Your suggestion was a halfling for my next character, right, Archie? Yeah? Sweet. I look forward to playing a 3-foot-high halfling.
I've got a map of
Harvinger's
a
pay
pub.
packet is going to be much easier next time.
Oh, you think that? I think you'll find a contract says otherwise.
It's a
Even in death, you still support me.
it's a rough time to be running a pub.
All I've
The
got
map
is
is still
a pub.
unchanged for me.
Yeah, I'm moving you over to it now. Just
Okay.
had to put you guys on the right point. Okay.
What happened? Fill me in.
We went through a doorway.
They've
Disappeared.
gone
We arrived somewhere else.
something very similar to
Turns
the
out
axe.
I'm not the. Turns out I'm not the only one that can cast teleportation circle.
Oh.
Maolmuire just didn't know it.
He didn't cast anything.
No.
Wait, so I just heard golden hair and a half and that circle in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like fate, doesn't it?
We've seen that circle elsewhere.
Have we?
Yeah.
I can't recall seeing anyone.
When we were in Anglan, we saw like that white disc in the sky.
Oh lord.
Yeah, and Maolmuire drew 7 sigils on the floor.
Oh, why?
A blue shimmering portal opened. Rastvyn went through. Maolmuire went through. I grabbed a piece of paper, went through.
Oh my
We
god.
appeared in a blue plane with lots of floating rocks. On the far side, there's a shimmering bright blue cylinder. Halfway around this thing, there's a black hole, and in front of the black hole is this dudette, something,
Oh
with
my
long
god.
blonde hair. Brief description of what's gone on.
It's gonna be
Don't
like
panic.
you and fate. Oh man.
Well, that's
It could be worse.
Still fine.
looks like an angel, to be honest.
Might be a cakewalk. There's going to be no enemies on a battle map.
Yeah, how tall is this creature? I take it it's large.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, we seem to be in an interesting surroundings.
Let us
The figure's
see.
head cocks the second Rastvyn speaks.
Greetings.
Far away, is it?
I'm just going to shout out, greetings.
He turns towards you. His golden skin perfect, flawless. Opens his arms. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Step forward.
Before we do, maybe ask where we are.
It is not unusual to be confused at this time. Do not be troubled. Soon you will be at rest in the embrace of the Lord of Death.
That
Step
wasn't exactly our
forward.
intention.
Step forward, and I will take your souls to the next life.
If we
Gar is not ready for our souls. So I will step forward. Take one step forward.
Okay. Do not be afraid. Maolmuire, do not be afraid.
I know who
This
this guy
is-
is.
I take it this is the gateway between our vessels in the material plane and to wherever our souls will travel when they leave the mortal planes.
It is complicated for you to understand.
That's what he keeps saying. I'll point towards Maolmuire.
I am the warden.
The warden.
The warden of life. It is my job to shepherd the souls so they are ready to pass beyond the gate.
There is no mention of you in our holy scripture. I'm assuming there isn't.
No. Few who see me return.
Just few. Indeed. A very important job, position you have.
I am my father's son.
Who is your father?
I think you know.
I've got a couple of guesses, but I don't know.
Step forward.
We cannot step forward.
I will know when it is your time.
Then you must know it is not our time.
Step forward.
We wish to find another. May have stepped forward. They must now take a step back.
Tell me of this other.
She was wrongfully forced out of her body. Evil soul inhabited it. Tried to take away her future. Tried to take away what was destined for her to do. And that creature is now dead. And it is safe for her to return.
Evil is a concept for
The name
mortals. Right and wrong, good and evil have no meaning once you have passed.
But we have not passed.
I decide who lives and dies. That is my role.
Are you Revius?
What did you say?
Are you Revius?
I am the warden. Revios is long gone.
So Revios is long gone and you have replaced them?
As I said, good and evil are mortal concepts. Concepts which Revios chose to embrace.
Who chose you to replace him?
I did
Or
not.
her or them?
I did not replace him. I have always been. I always will be. Step forward.
Does this creature look very similar to the creature who was over the chasm and jumped down it when we were in the Temple of Gar? Or the Temple of Resurrection?
No.
Okay. That's when Revius last appeared to us. I'll be whispering lowly to Maolmuire and Dramos.
When did
And we-
Revios last appear to you?
It was some weeks ago.
He lives.
It appears so, but I thought you would be able to know that, seeing as you decide who lives and dies.
I cannot
It appears you don't.
sense him.
Can you sense us?
Of course.
Can you sense the one we seek?
Her name is Datura.
The contested one.
Well, she's normally conflicted, but
Yes.
If others are fighting over her, would explain a lot.
He gestures towards the other side of the platform where the dome column of light is. You see shimmering within that column as he extends his arm an image of Datura. This is the one you seek.
That is her likeness.
There is conflict. She is being held.
By whom?
Her fate is not yet decided. You wish to trade your lives for her.
I can trade a soul for her.
A soul.
Indeed. A powerful soul.
All souls are equal. Their achievements in Tempris are irrelevant.
Where do the souls go?
You will know when it is your time. Is it your time? Step closer and I will tell you.
Well, as far as I am aware, I have not passed on the material plane, and therefore it should not be my time. I have travelled here voluntarily.
Closer.
The last time someone beckoned us to come closer, they wanted us for other reasons, which is why we hesitate.
I have brought you here. I can let you go. I can,
You have brought us here.
yes. You cannot.
Did we see
God
that
choose.
paper he laid down, sorry? Did we see Maolmuire putting the piece of paper down on the circle?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You saw him do it before he laid it out flat.
Okay. Sorry, Archie. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Gar brought us here. It is his guidance that led our way, and Imogen that opened the door.
Of course.
Where did you find that paper, Harbinger? I'll whisper as quietly as possible and cover them out. I'm doing the old.
No. Towards Rastvyn and mouth the words Mechlin. One word. Mechlin.
Trustworthy? Oh.
If you do indeed control the souls and which ones pass and which ones do not pass, then what is one soul to another? From another? As you say, they are all equal. There's no evil. What they have accomplished or done in their previous lives does not matter. To me, it sounds like you are more collecting souls. Either they be for Gar or for some other purpose. If you are deciding which ones should be here and which ones should be elsewhere, then why not release Datura's soul and take the other one that we can offer you freely?
If I were to release this Datura, what would she do with this chance?
That's up to her, isn't it?
You speak on her behalf. She has no tongue.
I imagine Datura will carry on doing what she did before, which is to work for her own interests and help where she feels fit.
She follows her own path.
We're not looking to enslave her or embroil her in some debt for this. I would hope she would return the favour someday if I was in need. That is what friendship is it not?
And she does say she, well, I believe she is one which will bring many further souls to this place or where Gar has domain over. And then you can put them in that black hole of yours.
My lord has dominion. My lord makes the choices. I am merely his hands in this regard.
I think that's what we are rather worried about if those hands were to turn to violence.
Again, a mortal concept. I have no interest in violence.
Should we say then your hands were turned to drawing my soul from my body, which I have no interest in happening right now?
Few wish it. It may not be your time. Step closer and I will tell you.
Surely it is not for you to draw the souls from living creatures. The living creature themselves must proactively decease and be correct rights be passed over them. It's the soul that you should take into your possession.
I can tell
We
you,
must-
I was created for a singular purpose. I do not debate it. I do not question my purpose. That is the path of corruption. The path of your Revios, if he does indeed live.
And who created you again?
I am the hands of my master. And we have discussed you have a good idea. Now, reveal to me this soul, and I will decide whether I should let your Datura return to her life of murder.
I thought murder was a mortal concept.
It is her concept.
I will reach into my bag of holding and call forth the soul gem.
Okay.
And then proffer it up. There's a soul that has resided in here for some time.
Extends his hand. Bring it forward.
I will. Oh. I fear treading on that ground without some protection. I will be a moment just to protect myself with my mortal concepts. I'm going to cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Okay.
Good.
Then I'm going to walk forward. Here goes nothing.
Okay. You walk towards him with the gem. Step down. You move across the platform, the wind blowing around you. You get closer to him. His hand outstretched. Halfway across. Rastvyn.
Just putting up the spell.
Rastvyn, right? Yes.
Rastvyn indeed.
Tell me about this soul.
The soul, as I know it, was a demon with bone jutting from its body, if you could call it that. A body of gleaming bone, a long tail, intent on destruction and malice. It tried to attack me. I used this item to capture its soul. I wish to release it into a suitable place. I know it can no longer harm my friends and myself. It would seem that passing on to Gar would be a just reward.
You wish to exchange the soul of your friend who was wrongly taken from her body by a fiend with the soul of a demon that you took from its body. Not one who
Kind of
died.
poetic justice there, is it not? The body is destroyed of this demon, yet the body of Datura we have. We have the vessel for Datura, soul to re-inhabit. This creature's body is long gone.
He looks over to Maolmuire. Maolmuire.
I guess. Sorry, I'll move my. Guess I'm sort of here, am I?
Closer.
I'll go there.
You are the shepherd here, Maolmuire. What do you think?
I prayed to Gar about this many times. It seems to be his will that we have arrived here. Not to mention the fight that it took to retrieve the body away from the force of evil, that we would call it. And now all of the chips are in place. He brought me here. I did not ask Rastvyn or Dramos to come with me, but they did. It's almost as if it was destined to be this way.
Make a persuasion roll, Maolmuire.
As the Good Shepherd, I intend to bring my flock home. Oh, 6. Lost all my good rolls.
Rastvyn. I see your soul. It is not your time. There are still things you must do before you pass. You should not be here.
Bless you.
I'm more than happy to return with my friends and with Datura's soul, if you can grant that.
Maolmuire. Step closer.
Julie.
Do you accept this trade?
Do you wish to know your fate?
Does any man wish to know his fate?
Step closer.
Will you accept this trade?
Closer.
I have not fought the undead and travelled here to another plane merely to play simple childish stepping games with you. Either you accept this trade or our business is concluded.
You will not leave here without my permission. And I have forever.
You cannot keep us here. As you said yourself, it is not our time.
I said it was not Rastvyn's time.
Send him home.
As you wish. Rastvyn disappears.
No.
I go, no!
Rastvyn, you appear in the Temple of the People.
Temple of the People.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run as quickly as I can to the... was it the Temple of Gar who had Datura's body?
No, it's in the Temple of People.
Temple of People. I'm confused as to where we were. I'm going to run to where the... where I know that Corym is performing his right.
Okay, so we're getting close to the point now of the ritual or the spell completing. You are there around Datura's body. Is there anything that you would do before the ritual is complete?
Has anyone got a
I've
crossbow
written some
for her?
words just for occasion. I'd like to say them if I could. Actually, I haven't. I'll be fucking making it up on the spot. But you know, it really sounds better if kind of stuff I come out.
We need to arm her. Is she fully armed on the table?
Yeah, can we
You're typing quite loud, Ross.
can we get a crossbow in her hand?
And load it as well. Put some bolts in her pocket.
Yeah, some bolts.
Right. Okay. A crossbow in her hand.
And it.
As I'll take a knife, a dagger. I presume she's been de-weaponized, so I'll stick that in a boot. Nicely, not stab.
Yeah, stick her in her leg.
Just here, love.
Just in the sole of her foot.
Oh no, I can't do that.
I'm gonna hold her hand. Begin praying to Darius.
I'll pray to Darius too.
Okay.
Wishing for warrior's return, bring more glory, bring honor, not to be taken by fate just yet.
I would like a religion check from Reinhold.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, give me that. Sweet +6.
Oh.
19.
19.
Where's Darius?
Praise Darius.
Fuck fate.
Not for fate.
Harbinger.
Mm.
You pray to Darius as well. Make a religion check.
I'm so less pious than Rastvyn.
You get
Not Rastvyn, I mean Reinhold. I got an 8.
Quite possibly Rastvyn as well.
okay. You put the crossbow in her hand, a dagger in her boot. We have minutes until the end of the spell. Dramos, Maolmuire, make a perception check.
Oh,
It's a 5 from me.
That means rolls are going down.
Oh, it's
10.
bad.
All right. We are nearing the end of our discussion, I feel. Should I come to take your soul? Or will you be weighed honestly?
You will not accept our trade.
I would read your heart, mortal.
I'll lean forward. I'm sorry, Mal. I'll push him forwards.
Mal, do you resist it?
Yes.
So, opposed athletic checks between the two of you, please.
It's a shove, isn't it?
It is a shove.
Yeah.
16.
Dramos pushes you hard in the back. You stumble forward. There you are. With a soul so tinged. You are confused. But do not worry. The steps you have taken make no difference in the end, Maolmuire. It does not matter if they think you are a good man or a bad man. Your soul will be just as welcome. Step forward and take my hand, Maolmuire, and I may accept your offering. He'll hold his hand out towards you.
Oh, good.
Oh.
What do you
I'm assuming Dramos has shoved me, and I've fallen onto my knees.
do? Yeah, I say he's
Hands
pushed
and
you forward like a
knees,
space
shove.
like that. Quite close to the edge by the look of it.
Dangerous.
Flashbacks, Malamir. Flashbacks.
Yeah, sorry, Maolmuire.
Is that gravestone feeling heavy?
Take his hand.
Okay.
Oh, I have faith.
Oh, just not got the spell slots for this at all.
None of us have, buddy.
That's it. Fight or flight kicking in.
Okay, I will do a protection from good and evil on myself. As I get up from my hands and knees, I turn towards Dramos and just stare at him as I step forwards towards the warden.
Close.
My hand held out. I take one step forward.
Two steps back.
Take my hand, disciple.
Should you take me, know that I am more worthy, and secrets and many achievements, the webs that were unspinning, and the many things that I have set in place will still come to pass. And I'll forward and take his hand.
You reach out towards his hand. I decide. Back in the temple, the ritual spell completes. It is a base difficulty of 10.
Yeah.
Datura has never been resurrected or revivified, so it stays at 10.
No.
Reinhold successfully devoted,
Oh shit.
increasing
Oh,
the
come on, you've been through this before.
increasing it to decreasing the difficulty to 7. However, Harbinger failed, moving it back up to 10.
I shouldn't have prayed. I should have tried to persuade her or got angry. You will come back.
I'm going to roll for it. Silence in the room. Nothing but the sounds of your own breathing. The spell complete. Your diamond gone. Distant sounds from another room in the temple as someone laughs. A sharp intake of breath as Datura's chest moves and her eyes open. Her head turns to the side and she opens her mouth. Blood pours from her mouth, dribbling down the side of her face. And her eyes close as she falls into a deep sleep. Alive.
Put her in the recovery position.
I'll
Holding her hand.
suggest to Harbinger that maybe I should take it from here as the qualified healer, not the leader of the kill gang.
Can't see it.
Oh, 12.
12.
I'm not the leader of a kill gang.
I'll as holding her hand, I'll cast Cure Wounds. Just a low level, just to give her something more than one. It's one of
I'll
her.
double check that she's actually alive. Does she feel warm to the touch?
The faintest warmth is on her skin. The
Breathing?
black lines on her neck have faded. She breathes.
It is done.
Dramos. A sudden jerk and shift, and you stand looking at the doorway in the Temple of Imogen.
No sign of Maolmuire.
You turn to see him by your side. His hand still outstretched.
I'm sorry, Mal.
Maolmuire will be looking around the floor for the piece of paper.
It is there, on the floor.
No, it isn't.
I grabbed it before I went through the
All right.
portal.
Oh, you grabbed it? Okay, then not.
I feel
Ramos, did you see it?
I did, Mal.
Must be burnt.
It is not burnt, Maolmuire.
It must be burnt.
I'll hold out my hand with a scrumpled up piece of paper. I picked it up before we went through, just in case we needed it to get back.
Apologies if you can hear that noise in the background.
No, can't.
Okay, cool.
I used to say that when we're in the cellar.
Dramos, the paper must be burnt. This must be destroyed.
I'll do that. Do you think that was some form of piece of fate that we just met?
I do not know. I only wish to find out now if the deal was accepted or if we have been double-crossed in some way. Do you feel yourself?
I feel as I normally do, just more tired.
Then let us use the last of our energies to get back to the Temple of Fate. Hey, the Temple of the People.
You
Wow.
was changed.
I can still cause havoc in the Temple of Fate if you know where that is, Maolmuire. I can bring some
Dramos will remember
fire and I still have some magics left.
It's been a long day, my friend. My good friend, with many things that won't be forgotten. I'll walk out of the temple.
All right.
Before I leave, are the chalk sigils still on the floor?
They are.
I will take a minute to study them.
Okay. Very good.
I suppose Maolmuire would have absent-mindedly completely forgotten about that.
All right. So Maolmuire makes his way back to the Temple of the People / Fate.
It's not the same place. Honestly.
it was. It's new management, you know. It was fake.
Dramos, you take a bit of time and record those symbols, study them.
Mm-hmm. And I put the piece of paper in a pouch because I don't have my jacket anymore. I left that back in the pyramid.
Oh.
I assumed you'd given it to me.
Well, I held it out. I said I'd get rid of it.
Yeah, okay.
A short time later, your party regroups.
She's alive. What
I take it
happened?
I'm back with them, am I?
You are back.
We should have heeded your words, Harbinger. We were taken to a strange plane where I fear a child of fate is presiding over the weighing of souls.
Revios.
Not Revios. Another creature calling itself the Warden. I do not know if Maolmuire and Dramos are well. I was dismissed from that plane.
The Warden. The creature that looks down inside the axe.
That was the Watcher. That was
Oh,
different.
Yeah.
That was a foul-looking creature of a fiend. This was a golden-skinned, almost angelic-looking creature that had its lower half merged into the clouds surrounding it. But it was a disturbing area, a bit like Angland. It was purple hues, and the land we traversed was broken up, much like the tower was when we confronted the bishop.
when we were in the Temple of Resurrection, Revios was being taken over by fate. His voice was changing, and at one point he said he used fate's tagline.
This creature used a similar thing I've heard before from fate. He said, "I decide who lives and dies." That's a phrase you've mentioned before.
That's what fate said before he killed Drakenfall.
And it seemed to... It has done me no harm. I do not know if the others are safe. Maolmuire foolishly asked that I be dismissed. The creature, I guess true to its word, did.
Was he aggressive?
No,
Interesting.
but non-commitment. Is Datura? Datura looks like there's breath back in her body. Is she well?
Corym, 16.
Datura is back in the land of the living. She will survive the ordeal.
That is good to know. I hope it is her soul there and not some other.
Good
I
question.
believe it is her soul.
Can someone come to the Temple of Imogen with me and see if Maolmuire and Dramos
Let
are
us
safe?
let us travel together. I do feel very tired.
I'd say so. Where should we put Datura? We leave her with Till for the moment?
I think she will be fine.
him aware.
We are in the Shrine of Darius within the Temple of the People. I do not believe any harm will come to her here.
Ooh, no one told Corym about the incident.
Yeah, shrine of Paris are not necessarily the safest place, are they? In my experience. Other than your mighty tower, that is, Corym.
Yes. Which is warded to hell now.
I'm trying to think of someone. Oh, look, is Jeffrey there?
He is in one of the rooms, yes. He's in the common room.
Jeffrey.
Yes. Harbinger, what can I do for you?
Can I also look round and see if... What's his name? I can never remember him. Dramos, what's the name of the guy that we trust? Probably...
Godfrey?
No, not him. No, definitely not him. Don't ask him.
The guard. What?
Was it Tridust?
No, that's Xander's character.
The guard that you've often used.
Yeah.
Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah, began with T.
Is Toledo there as well?
Yes.
I'll call them over.
Jeffrey folds over the piece of paper he was writing on and puts a cork in his ink pot and puts that into his, and then walks over with a piece of paper in hand.
We have just returned from a very trying journey. If you could be so kind as to guard this room, our friends may need our help.
Of course, Harbinger. If it is a matter of importance, I will be only too happy to help.
There should be no problems, but
Well, I am obviously not as skilled as yourself or your allies, but I'll do my best if something should happen. Should I know anything about what lies in that room?
a friend of ours has just been resurrected.
Resurrected?
She's sleeping. Hopefully she'll be sleeping for a while yet, but
You brought someone back.
well, Corym, the head of the Temple of Darius, did.
I see.
Does this disturb you?
Was it her wish?
Her soul
It was the
was
wish of
removed.
Gar, her patron. It was accomplished using the power of Darius, but ultimately it was Gar's decision. Obviously, he felt that her time on this in this realm was not over.
Obviously, these are decisions by larger playing pieces than myself. I do respect you both. So I will carry out your wishes.
Thank you.
If you feel more comfortable, I can put a guardian in there with you.
If you want to, Reinhold, we can, but I think we should move quickly.
So at least might keep him alive. Yeah, in the room. Where is the room where Datura is? Is it an enclosed room?
Yeah, it'd be one of the side rooms on the bottom floor.
I'll put a guardian, 4th level in there, just with the not to attack. Oh, I'll explain to the guy. Right, don't go in there. Only I can go in there to disable the guardian. So just keep guard at the door. Make sure no one comes in. I'll instruct the guardian not to attack Datura.
No one
Less provoked.
No one shall cross this door without opposition from myself. I'll put my life on it. I will do what's necessary.
Thank you.
I'll cast the spectral form. Poof him in there.
Excellent. Okay, and
I'll
then
be there
we'll
for 8 hours.
chase after Rastvyn, who probably was already keenly moving away.
I was. Well, if you guys a chance to speak.
All right. Okay.
I make my way to. I think seeing that she's there, I'm going to go back up to where I appeared first, in the Temple of the People.
Yeah.
And look around there. I can't see them there. Then I'm going to go to the Temple of Imogen.
All right. Well, they will be on. They will come back to the Temple of the People by the time that you will go to look. So you could probably cross them as they're walking in.
Oh, my friends. It's good to see you.
Rastvyn, it is good to see you too.
You both
What?
here?
What was that?
You know as much as we do, Rastvyn.
But it honoured its pact with you? I was worried. I'm going to see, do I still have the soul gem?
You do not.
Either it decided to trade souls as we arranged, or something else intervened which Corym had more power over.
Well, it's got a powerful item, to say the least, whatever that creature is. But it is some weight off my mind, knowing that it's no longer my responsibility to take care of.
Maybe another soldier for whatever that being is, or whoever it serves.
It's more the item itself as well, though. It's a powerful item. This trip has cost me a lot, shall we say?
Oh yeah, poor.
Is there some recompense we can give?
I
do
trust
have
you
our
would do the same. It's
companion,
it's not a complaint. It's an observation. So a lot of the options that I had that protected people have been used. I hope it has been worth it.
Time will tell, Rastvyn.
Is Datura alive?
He breathes.
She is alive, which is good.
He's warm.
I trust that her. I don't know. I trust she will still see. Well, she enjoys her life, shall we say? I trust that she will get some enjoyment some way, not being enslaved to an undead creature. That's no way to be.
We did right to destroy
And are
that
we sure
creature.
it's...
She hasn't woke yet.
I
There is a guardian protecting her.
will ensure it is her once she awakes.
Let us awaken her now.
No, I would prefer it if I could rest first.
I need rest too. It's yeah, it's been a long feels like more than a day.
Yeah.
Or what if it is the soul which we offered up, which has been taken and Datura is still where we were?
Oh,
Then I would hope that creature would reveal itself quite quickly. It was a
I can.
full of malice and hate, and
I
I
can.
don't think that could hide from us long.
Oh, hang on.
Could you
Sorry.
scry?
Did you say what the Did you say what you'd done?
I'll probably see you lot looking confused on, and I'll turn around and say, perhaps I should explain myself. When we journeyed to see this creature I told you of earlier, I offered up the soul gem that I carry that holds the bone demon soul as a trade for Datura, for he claimed she was being held.
I
And she
could
was
tell.
what phrase did he use? Contested one. A contested one. So it seems that maybe not. Maybe Datura's not the. Well, sorry. Maybe Datura joined some of our other fellow members with their secrets and pacts.
Gar and Fate are challenging for souls, aren't they? She was an avid follower of Gar. So contested between the two, they are both fighting for souls.
It may have also been
I think
Corym's spell.
I think it is more that every soul that travels to Gar, if an attempt is made to bring that soul back, it is contested. It is ultimately down to Gar himself whether he chooses to release that soul. In this instance, he did.
It didn't feel very Gar-like to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no expert on this matter, but there was too much enjoyment out of being in a position to decide. I would expect a much more neutral position from a true shepherd of souls. A very factual based one. We challenged them repeatedly to say whether they would take the trade of the soul, and they would not commit to an answer.
It is probably not in their nature to trade as such.
Well, all I know is that I was dismissed and the item I held within my hand is no longer with me. So I can only assume that trade was accepted.
That is interesting.
I can tell whether it's a fiend in her body or a dead.
Can you do that now?
I need to see her, obviously, but yes, if I look at her, I'll be able to tell you.
Let's see what you see.
Is it safe to look at her with this guardian of yours, Reinhold?
If I'm in the room, he won't attack.
Must
As long as you don't hit me, you're fine.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's anyone who attacks you
Yeah.
or something. They've got it.
Pretty much, he starts kicking
Well-
off.
not everyone who looks like me is a fiend, though. There are those
Datura.
beings who are devils or demons. They're not necessarily fiends.
The bone devils show up as. Pretty sure they show up as fiends before when I.
They do.
It's definitely not a beast.
They are fiends in terms of their monster
worth-
classification, right?
It is worth trying.
What's that,
I
Harbinger?
organise the cupboard at
don't
work in the
understand.
drawers of creature types. We've got a lot of slime.
Are you looking at her and doing divine sense? Are you? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, please.
She doesn't register as anything with divine sense.
Nothing unexpected. I look at
We
Dramos.
got any wool to put? We got any wool to put in where her teeth are, or lack of?
Yeah, when she smiles the first time, it's going to be a bit gappy.
Just in case.
Oh no. You're gonna have to get gold.
Be fine. She hides in the shadows.
It'd be better. It's black rather than white. You have an improvement.
I think the only option now is for Reinhold to remove a bunch more to get the true
Make it even.
every other tooth.
Oh no.
I will. On seeing Datura's lack of teeth, I will just see if I've still got those vampiric teeth in my pouch.
They are there.
Oh. They still vampiric?
Experiments for those later on. May put that cellar of ours to good use, Maolmuire.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to Yanis.
Ah, we finish early, so the 2-hour shopping trip can be at the end.
Pancake!
Shopping till midnight. Okay, so Dramos going to head over to Yanif's. Anything anybody else would like to do?
I kind of want to head over to Bo now. You've mentioned I've got a rifle to pick up, a silver tongs, I've got all sorts. No, I'm joking. I don't need to pick up anything.
I'm going to move aside with Rastvyn and ask him to identify an item for me.
I
If he
can
would.
I can do that tomorrow. I need sleep. In my state now, I fear I may misperform the ritual.
Oh, okay.
I can cast Identify if you need it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say
Thank you,
my.
Dave. I'll hand over a I want to say tiara,
Circlet.
but a circlet.
Circlet.
Right. The one you got from the eagle head, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
If anyone wants a room at the temple, we have hotel rooms set up this evening. I'm going to talk to. Yeah, sorry, Gemma.
I was just going to say friends and family discount. Each one will cost 5 silver for the cheap room and 2 gold for the expensive rooms.
I'm going back to my house.
And I will say, I will ask Jeffrey, not Godfrey. Oh man, too many of them. Defo, and I keep going to call him something else. Toledo. If they could watch, because it's daytime, watch over her room during the day, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to the clinic and have my armor removed, and then I'll go to bed.
The one thing I'd like to do is, first of all, stop off at the market, buy a bunch of meat, nuts, stuff like that. Go back to my cabin, take a stroll out into the woods, not too far. Sit down peacefully, and try and attract some animals and just peacefully feed them, if they'll come.
Okay. They will. You sit peacefully. It takes a while, but a number of animals willingly come and eat around you.
And just let them do their thing. Just
I mean, still the weaker ones scatter when bigger ones come along, but they move to you with ease, not interacting with you, but comfortable in your presence.
And I'll just sit there for a little while until it gets quiet, and then I'll go back and go to bed because I'm shattered.
Okay. The circlet. Do you want me to say it out loud, or would you like to know privately?
Oh, privately. That's always fun. And
Well,
obviously,
actually, it shouldn't be Day privately. It should be
Reinhold
privately.
yes, Reinhold.
It should be me.
Okay, I will message Reinhold.
And I would whisper to Dave, so probably send it today.
It is worthless.
Okay, here we go.
I'm not going to rob anyone. Still send it to me anyway, but
I want to know.
I did just being nosy.
Interesting.
I want to know.
Here we go.
I'm not going to rob it.
Send to you. So,
So before returning to the shared house for the odd couple, Maolmuire will probably pop by the Temple of Gar.
okay. 1 second.
I'll take a room at the Temple of the People for the evening. I'm feeling flush at the moment, so I'll shell out 2 gold. Okay, Harry, how much was it that I got from the temple this week?
Oh, don't make me say it again. What the
Well,
700
Well,
odd
I've got
gold
the-
or something like that.
I like the fact it was like 703 gold and 2 copper or something, I think, from memory.
Yeah. I had to put the copper. I didn't quite know how to do the minuses and pluses with the copper.
Well, it's going down on a separate. I'm going to add it up on a separate note in the inventory because it'll go down towards the temple. So
Yeah, I've found to do it. I do it pay in months so that it tries to even out any profit and loss.
yeah, well, that's
Oh,
because
come on.
I had planned on renovating the place a little. So
Okay. So you got 703 gold pieces and 5 copper pieces. So that's you've paid all of the staff that you wanted to pay and that. If you'd like, just as a hint, as I have with Till and Dramos and a number of other people, if you want to include them as staff, then their total level gets added to the hiring level of skilled people, and that increases the amount of profit you can make, but also increases the amount of loss you can make.
Right. Okay.
Goes both ways.
Yeah, so like Dramos's level increases the amount of money I could make, but in this case it's gone terribly wrong.
I've not been at the temple to
No.
do much, I'm afraid. I've been busy elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
As is Maolmuire with the
With the stone warehouse.
stone warehouse.
It's a derelict, no stone there.
In fact, ever since the Temple of Gar's been taken over by the new guy.
Ella.
Ella.
Yeah.
Speaking
So
of which,
wow.
Malmuir is popping to the Temple of Gar. So I'll do that. Then I'll do Ross at Yanis, and you also, Dan, you're welcome to pick up your items from Bose if you wish. They're all available for you.
Thank you.
And so, Malmuir, you return to the temple.
And I will. Is anyone there?
Mechlin is in the main room, next to the altar
Okay.
in the centre, looking up at the sky through the hole in the roof.
I will take the same seat that I took earlier. Take a minute to offer a prayer to Gar.
Okay.
And wait for Mechlin to acknowledge me.
He sees you, carries on about his business for a while, and comes and sits at a bench a short distance from you, with his hands clasped.
Sign gave me was useful. I give you my thanks. I'll say in a quiet voice.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There is no need to be coy about it. You gave me aid, and I am grateful for it.
I am, of course, happy to assist should any souls need passing to Gar. Malmuir.
This seemed like a specialist type of knowledge than one would find in the temple, though. I do not wish to pry, but it seems prudent that I ask. You got this information?
It came to me when you spoke to Hela. I just drew that.
Then Gar really did speak to us.
As I said, I'm
Can
not
I
sure
insight check him, please?
what it is you're talking about. Malmuir. Temple business, though, must be done. The dying must pass on. We should not linger if it is our time.
Can I insight check him, please?
Yes, you may.
I should
Rough
be.
day, man.
I should be doing even worse than that, to be fair, because it's a disadvantage. So
What's he got? Oh, a 3.
natural 1. Okay. Right.
He's extremely
Thank you.
conflicted. He's trying to maintain his usual demeanour, but it's breaking, and he obviously feels the pressure of your questioning and is extremely uncomfortable under it.
Something's wrong in the Temple of God. Thank you, Mecklin. I shall take you no further from your work, and I intend to head to a well-earned rest.
Okay. Good day to you,
Back to my
Maolmuire. If you ever do need temple services, or just guidance if you're straying from the true path, Mecklin is always here.
Mecklin, I feel our friendship is strengthened on this day, on this day's events.
Yes. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yes, of course.
All right. So that leaves you to go. Dramos goes to Yaneth. Dramos!
Yanif, it is good to see you.
Well, of course, I always bring such good quality products to your lips. I presume on the lips of your allies. What is it I can do for you today?
Before we left yesterday, part of the deal that we struck to save some gold was to show you some of the stuff which we could find where we were headed.
Yes?
I'll pull out the vial of slime from the worm creature, some glowing mold, and which came from somewhere in the pyramid.
Well, that
the
smells
glowing
awful.
algae, the glowing algae from the Siren's cave, and the membrane from the worm.
This is very interesting. May I keep these items?
That was part of the bargain we struck.
I especially like this last item. You've always been very good to me, Dramos. Please take these. And he hands you a small cluster of bottles. The longer you stay alive, the more of this stuff. I'm going to have to put this in a bag, I'm afraid. It smells awful. I need to cover it up. Something airtight.
There was one more item which I've been very careful with.
Yes?
I'll look around for any water which is dripping.
No. The ceiling seems to be quite dry.
And I will very carefully place the vase with the powder in. I advise you do not get this wet, and do not breathe it in if you do. We have one of our fellow adventurers who's been struck down by some curse, and we think this may have something to do with it. It would seem that it can send you into a sleep for a long time, shall we say.
He takes a small stick and pokes it into the powder, moving it around. You can see it sort of mixes with the air and floats slightly as he does it. He pulls the stick back from it carefully. And it is cursed, this man.
We can awaken him, but within the hour he is asleep again.
Leave this with me. I will take it apart and find out how it works. If there is a way to undo it, Yanif will undo it.
Be careful with the Yanif. I
I'm always
would not
careful.
like you to suffer the same fate.
I wear a cloth over my mouth when I'm using stuff like this. Nothing would get through that. It is a solid piece of cloth.
It burned through a pouch which Rastvyn tried to put it in.
Oh. I will be extra cautious.
Anything you can do which may help us lift the curse, or find which will help lift the curse, we would be very grateful for. And if you can make use of it, of course, to create some interesting potions or items which may help us and aid us, then I'm sure we could come to some deal.
An arrangement will be struck. I promise you.
Thank you for your help, Yanif. How is your daughter?
Oh, of course, she's in good health. Nice to see her walking around and mixing with her own age. It is exactly what is needed.
Fully recovered from her ailments?
Not fully, but up and about. That is all you can ask for.
As always, if you ever need a hand, Yanif, you know where we are.
Yanif has this in hand, although I thank you for your consideration.
I'll nod and walk out looking at the bottles that he's given me, looking for the labels.
Okay, they are 2 potions of healing and 1 potion of superior healing.
Ooh. Just add them to my inventory. And then when I get back to the Temple of the People, I'd find one of our clerics and take him into a side room and have him identify the rod.
Identify the rod. Okay. The rod. Do you want to be told privately or do you want to do it out loud?
Tell everybody, I don't mind.
Okay.
Just the ruby encrusted rod.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a rod of resurrection. Requires attunement by cleric, druid, or paladin. Has 5 charges. While you hold it, you can use as an action to cast one of the following spells from it. Heal expends 1 charge. Resurrection expends 5 charges. Regains 1 charge daily at dawn.
Wow. That circlet isn't too shabby either, is it, Dave?
No, it's handy.
It's all right, isn't it? Mm.
Cool. Thank you. That's me.
Okay. Would
Right,
anybody
head to
else like any
bed
attention?
after that. Got bow.
Bow.
Standard
I
bow.
kind of want to see if he's figured out how to do the rifle I got from the Underdark.
All right, Reinhold, good to see you again. I say good, but it's just you're here, I'm here.
Hey, just morning, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you manage to finish the silver tongs I requested with the spike?
Aye.
Okay. Good job. Fun. Something different.
It wasn't very exciting as it goes. There's just that interesting thing, though. Do you remember my cat?
No.
Well, sadly, she passed.
Oh, that's a shame.
Aye. But the exciting thing is, it was a horrific accident, and I'm cut up about the cat and everything, but cats are easy to come by. That thing you gave
Yes,
me...
they are. I'll puff gremlin straightened onto the desk.
Oh, yeah, right, don't do any of that in here. It's not for me.
Oh, I'm so. Of course, and my manners. I'll click and gremlin goes.
All right, what was I saying? You got your tongs. My cat's dead. I accidentally killed it. Yeah.
The tongs killed the cat.
No.
How on earth?
A slightly separate incident. Remember we talked about that stick you got?
Oh, the rifle. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I was trying to figure out how to get it to work. I had it laid on the counter. And my cat was just, bothering me and everything. And suddenly there was this god-awful bang. My cat just exploded.
Oh,
I'm not laughing in real life, in character. It's like, oh.
No, it's all right. It's all right. The
Horrible.
cat was a selfish bastard, if I'm honest. Just ate my food and...
But they do say pets reflect their owners. I'm winking at him. It's like it's a joke.
Right. Anyway, I think that thing's dangerous. So
It's definitely a weapon.
it is most certainly a weapon. I wasn't expecting it to do that. I've got an idea of how it works, but the powder to actually make it operate, I've got none of that.
No, it didn't feel arcane, so it's. I might put it in the temple and see if something of use comes of it later down the line. I'm sure there's much more things to discover in the Underdark.
Well, I know exactly how it works, and I can show you how it's supposed to work, but I don't have any of that powder. So if you can find any powder, we can run through it and you get used to it. Although, obviously not near your cat or pets or anything like that.
Oh, you can kill mine and it comes back. It's quite interesting.
That is ungodly.
It's lots of things are in this world. But, yeah. If you could show me how you use it, so I know for future knowledge, that would be wonderful.
He'll run through a description of how to load it. Essentially, put a weighted ball in there and strike it to launch the ball at a target.
I'll put another 30 gold on the counter.
That's decidedly reasonable of you, considering the work I put in and my awesome cat.
I'll stick another 30 gold.
That's more like it. Thank you very much.
That's it. So, sorry about your cat. I mean,
Yeah, to be honest, it was my wife's cat. And,
you're married?
No, thank God.
Okay. You stole her cat, is that what?
No, she left. She left, but the cat did not.
Thank you very much, Bo. And yes. Oh, the tongs were great. We pulled a vampire's teeth of them, so they're already getting in useful. That was just today.
All right. Vampire's teeth. Did you not struggle with that?
Oh, she unconscious, but
all right.
Thank you very much, and I'll leave.
Okay.
Minus 60 gold. I already paid for it, I'm pretty sure. But it's just like, keep him sweet. He's an arsehole.
Okay. Is there anything else? All right. That means I think we finish at a reasonably early hour.
Yes.
Even before 11?
Before
I think-
11.
bad.
XP.
Yeah.
I know.
10 to XP, yes.
Okay.
You
200 experience points tonight.
fucking joking?
No, 250 experience points tonight. I know you need more than 200.
You've left me off 25 points.
Oh, did you need 275?
I needed 225.
Yeah, it's 250 I'm giving you.
Oh,
I said 200 to
he
yank your
changed his
chain.
mind. and it's still not as nasty as what you did.
yeah.
Leaving me 5 XP off.
5 XP.
That's just rude.
So 250 then, is that what you said?
I've made it then. So I'm level 12.
Level 12, you may take a long rest.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan, for stepping in tonight and filling the void.
Yeah,
Yes,
we did
thank you, Dan.
They were all knackered. If they had a serious combat tonight, it would have been bad news.
Reinhold special.
I had
Yeah.
3rd level, 2nd level, and 3 1st level spell slots. That's all I've got.
That's pretty good.
Right. 2 first and 1 fifth. And that's
Two
it.
first, a second, and a
Christ.
third. Oh, and a fourth. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Before that,
Not a lot.
prayer of healing, I was on 16 HP and I had 1 rage left.
Yeah, I was on.
all right.
I was on
Yeah.
less than 20 HP and out of my 118 today. And I only have 3rd level spells, but I've used every other thing that I had.
Yeah, you cleared out. You know, flash sale, everything must go.
Well, that
It
was
was-
6
it was
sessions,
needed.
though. That's
Yeah.
6 sessions without rest.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yep.
Canis one was
To be
quite
honest,
a lengthy one as well.
we saved our spell slots quite well until that last session, really. Well, apart from you, Ras.
Rastvyn
Yeah,
used
it
all
was,
of the
I
stuff.
tried not to use them, but
wasn't it?
there's no other way out.
Yeah,
I don't know,
no
maybe we're going back, so we can't ask too many questions, but I suspect
I'll be
would be
carrying
nasty for anybody else.
spells this time round.
Yeah, Dramos is going to be visiting Bo over the next couple of days to speak about getting something to cover faces.
Like gas masks.
It
So
was
could-
it was a long session, the pyramid. It was. I think the number of traps really slowed the party down in being cautious.
Well, massively,
Yeah.
because you worry about. I think the worry was, I guess the right people got trapped.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they could have been horrific. I imagine.
It could have been me and Gartok. It would just be like, just hit it until we're out, and it would never have broken.
Yeah, being able to use your spells to get out a couple of those rooms was very handy. The room with the sand in was particularly nasty, and having your hole that you could get off your
The window.
lifesaver.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well,
Oh,
the reason I was going in front was I figured that it was probably magic that would save, not brute strength. Hence why I went ahead, because there's more chance of me getting out of something than other people getting out of something.
You've got
Yeah.
Dimension Door and things like that now, haven't you?
Dimension Door, Mister's
yeah.
Death.
Get out of jail, you know.
I'm carrying the carpet, which lets me fly out of some situations. So there's, I knew I had the patch on my cloak that would let me put a window up in any vertical surface,
That really helps.
which saved us from the sand. So yeah, it's
Yeah, save
But
my
I'm
50 level
literally
spell
cleaned
slot.
out of practically every option I've had.
You could always use Arcane Recovery and get, what, a level 2 back?
No, but what I mean with that, I burnt like the window patch, which was like the comeback. The soul gem's gone. I think
Oh,
I've-
right,
I
okay, so
just
physical
burnt through
items.
a load of items. An absolute ton of items have been just.
Well,
We-
there's no point, if you're dead, you can't use them. They would have
Yeah.
been buried in the sand.
It was
They're
very
there to be
helpful.
used.
And we've got a